All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. I hope my voice coming good, and please invite your friends if you care for our topic today. Today, weekend, and usually in the weekend, we started a new program where we, as a Christians, and for sure even Christians, are welcome to share with us. We speak things about anything, any interest we have around us in life. Because usually during the week, what we do here, we debate with Muhammadan about the cult of Islam. So we take a break from the cult of Muhammad and his versions, and the genie and the flying carpet, and all the crazy stuff he bring to us. Let us see. I hope that my internet will not go down. Is the sound good? Because today is Saturday, and sometimes Saturday here we have too many users using the internet, and that slowed down my network. So let us hope it's going to be good. In the front of us, we see the news about the coronavirus. And they are saying now the total death is 811. Now remember, this is what the Chinese are saying, 811. Based on my experience about police state, which all Middle Eastern countries are police state, when they say there's 10 people died, that's mean maybe there's 10,000. You know what I mean? They exaggerate about good stuff, and they try to bury the bad stuff. Like there's no bad news in the Middle East, as an example. I remember once when this is a long time ago, I was in the Middle East still, before I immigrated to the state. There was a bus full of kids, full of kids, children. Most of them, they die in the accident. We did not hear about it in the news. In the same day, the same night, there were a government there did not hear about 60, 70 students die in the country. But they heard about an accident happened in Los Angeles. And nobody died there, not even one person injured. So, police state, they control the news. And as you know, in China, there's no Google, there is no Viber work, there's no WhatsApp, you cannot send videos. I don't know how many of you been in China before. So you have to be like especially skilled to be able to use the proxy. And even if you do so, they might track you and they will hunt you down. They will put you in jail for a couple of years. So it's very risky. So when they say 811, God knows what is the real number. There's no way it's 811. The territory where the virus is spreading is not really the territory, which means they are trying to make it is located in a territory, but the fact it's all over. It's all over China. And it's going all over even the world. You see that everybody is trying to hide the truth, that this virus is out of control. Like there's a cruise ship in Japan, and obviously the virus. I mean, look how funny they are. The French president, he decided to bring all the French citizens from China. Well, are you crazy or stupid or what? So they bring with them the virus? What about you find them a place where you isolate them, so they can stay there until this virus issue is over? But you bringing them to France, okay, what if they are sick? Why you are bringing them to France? I mean, what is that? So many government, they don't know what to do. And you will notice that those leaders, all what they are worried about election. So he want to show his people that I care for my citizen. I brought them here to France. But you brought them to France, what will happen? You don't have a cure for it anyway. And they might have the illness with them. Especially this illness, it doesn't show right away. Like the funny, some airport like in the Philippines, I saw the news in the Philippines, they have those machines, to measure the temperature for cooking. And supposedly, if you have a fever, they isolate you. But who said that the one who have a coronavirus is going to have a fever right away? It's going to take time. So if you don't have a fever, you go, you pass, and nobody will notice you, and you cross the country and you enter the Philippines, and bingo. I'm sure that the virus already spread all over the Middle East, because in the Middle East you will not hear about those things. I mean, until maybe things became so crazy, until you see people dying left and right, then we might hear about it in the news. But all government in the Middle East, they say we have zero virus. All of them. I mean, is that possible? It's impossible. It is impossible. Especially Saudi Arabia, as a place, have a religious Mecca, where Muslims come from everywhere, and including China. And you can imagine how many people visit, and they have to bring the virus with them. So they are like police government. They don't report what's happening, and what's happening, I believe, is very ugly. Nobody is prepared for this virus. Government in USA, they are not ready for it. Government in Canada, they are not ready for it. In France, in England, nobody is ready for it. So this virus, if this virus continue, it might be the biggest disaster for mankind, because if it really spread and there is no cure for it, like I heard they are saying they are using a mix of drugs for AIDS and other stuff, and it's working. Obviously, it's not working. Otherwise, we will not see the death number is going up. It's not working. So when they say to us that this is, don't worry, be happy, it's just trying, to control the crowd. If you go to China, the streets are empty. Stores are empty. There's nobody. Schools are closed. And this is not only in one place, not only in that city, which is a huge city, by the way, and very beautiful too. I was really surprised how organized the city is. When you see that city in China, you think that this is USA, and you think that we are here in China, because our roads here in USA, many people think USA is like a high-tech country. Our roads here in USA is the same as a road in Somalia. Somehow, because of how much the government they care for roads. Will you go back to visit? Actually, yeah, somebody says to me, because I was invited to go to Singapore, and I said, no, not really. I'm not going to do it. And they said, okay, well, you made the right decision. You did not come, because now they are afraid in Singapore too. But I answered back, I said, this is the best time to travel, actually, because now the price of airplanes is so cheap, hotels are empty, food will be so cheap, and there's no tourist. So now for sure you might say, like, okay, you have to be crazy to go where everybody is not going. Well, actually, the risk is when everybody is going to a place, because the crowd is the risk, not when there's nobody. You know what I mean? Your risk is the crowd. If there's nobody around, you're safe. So if you go in the airplane and there's nobody in the airplane, I mean, have fun. This is when you are safe, not the opposite. Like, some people, they have a phobia from a graveyard. When he see a graveyard, he gets scared. A graveyard is the most safe place for a human being. Those are dead people. They don't hurt anyone. You want to be worry about the living creatures around you. It's danger, but everything is danger around us. I mean, how many people die in the highway every year? How many people die in, even airplane crash, train crash? Here we go. Like today in Thailand, a Thai soldier, he took his gun, he started shooting people in the mall. You go to the mall to buy shopping, to do what? To buy jeans, or to buy a gift for your son or a child, and then you end dead. Okay, but you are not joining the army. I mean, you are going to the mall. You are not joining a mission which like a mission impossible. You are just going to the mall. No, I will never wear a mask. But anyway, if you have to wear a mask, wear it. For me, I might use my own Arabian mask. You know, we have the Arabian clothes. Put it around me, and this is the best mask because this is what we use in the desert. You know, which is very good actually because it prevents dust and many things. You do not need to buy those masks. You know, they are just taking your money. They are even stupid. I don't think even they really filter the air. It's just a piece of fabric in the front of your face. Just if you have a scarf at home, just put it around your mouth, and that's it. Uh, yeah, I mean, risk. There is risk everywhere. There's death everywhere. You know. Actually, I know people who used to hide from death. They are the one who die, and the one who don't hide is the one is living. And example is me. So, I went through a lot of things in my life, and I should be dead from long time ago. But I do. I don't. When you fear death, death follow you. If you fear sickness, sickness follow you. Whatever you fear is going to come to you. Your death actually is your fear. You die before you die twice. You die because of your fear, and you die from what is going to happen. You know what I mean? If you are a person who have a phobia from anything like viruses, etc., without virus, you're already dead. You have to wash the pillow twice a day. You have to change the blanket every day. You have to, crazy. Because you are scared, you are terrified. You have no life. You have to wash your hands every 2 minutes, and you cannot shake hands with people because they have germs. And how you can live? You cannot live. You are not alive actually. So, yeah, there is certain things you need to do. Like okay, there is a virus. Wash your hands. Don't put your fingers in your mouth. Don't eat in the street. Don't eat in restaurants. Make your own food. So there is certain things to keep yourself clean and to keep yourself protected. And that is necessarily always, not only across the street, what people, how they made this food, how what they touch before they give it to you. I don't know. I don't want to go in details, but you know what I'm talking about. So you have to be careful. However, if you are afraid of death, death will follow you. As simple as that. We should expect spread of sickness. The Bible says, yeah. You see, we don't know. Like we cannot say the Bible says, and this is what's happening now. Because I think that what the Bible said, that this will be about something will be like that's it. It's not just something temporarily and will go. So if something became no solution for it, and sickness, everybody is sick and everybody is dying, that is the prophecy, you can talk about. But if it's just like, even if a couple of millions die, still this is going to be a prophecy because the Bible is speaking about something bigger. Actually, in the past, many millions they die before from war, from viruses, from etc. So you cannot just because the Bible say you start spotting your finger at what the Bible says and say that's it. This is what the Bible said. You know what I mean? No, we don't want to do that. Same time, remember, if you remember the story of Lot, the Lord, he will not burn down the city if there is even 10 people there are good people. Just 10. You know what I mean? So if there is 10 people are good, the city will not be punished. Just 10. Which means punishment will come when everybody is evil. Almost. And I don't think this is the case for China or any city yet in the world. So I think still we are far away from that day when we can say it is a judgment day. You know what I mean? All glory to be to Jesus, to all my Christian brothers and sisters from India. Thank you, my friend from India. God bless you. Like every ethnic group, they have their own traditions. And, in China, they eat food which nobody really eat. I mean, in Asia, generally speaking, for me, when I went to China or to Asian countries, I noticed that there's food which for us, like, we consider it disgusting. They eat it. Even they have cockroaches. I remember once I was walking in Thailand, and a lady, she is sitting in the street. She have like, they look like cockroaches. What is that? So I said to her, "What is this?" She said, she speak broken English like mine. She said, sir, this is good for boom boom." Oh boy. Uh, yeah. So, especially if you spread rumors about the benefit of some food and people believe it, then people buy it and then they eat it, even if it's garbage. You know what I mean? Mr. Jack Sparrow, he is saying, كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Yeah. Well, Jack Sparrow, here we have a problem, because your prophet, when he said in the Quran that every soul will taste death, and then Jesus did not die, that is a problem. You know what I mean? Secondly, your prophet, he claimed that the angel of death, he will die too. But the angel of death is not a soul. How the angel of death, he will die? How death will die? Your prophet, he said that Allah will bring death and he will slaughter him. Have you ever heard of a madness like this? So don't bring the wisdom of your prophet. Your prophet, he spoke about viruses, and he said the city of Medina, there is no virus will enter to it, if you remember, just to remind you, my friend. But we know that in Medina not only suffer from the virus, which is the plague, but suffered heavily, to the point people, they die sometime in the same, like, few hours or same day. Just to show you one hadith as an example. Here we go. This is the city your prophet, he promised that this city, there's no plague will enter it. Ta'un, by the way, is something happen where a huge number of people die. All of them, they have the same disease. Doesn't matter the name, doesn't matter really the name. So when something, an illness, sudden illness happen, and the population is infected, not like 1 or 2 or 10, so like a huge population is infected and people, they are dying left and right. That was what your prophet is saying. So he is promising you that the plague or any death will not enter the Medina like this. And as you see, people, they were dying rapidly. The fact the translation is false, because it not only it says rapidly, it says mawtan dhari'an, which means, zari'an mean that it is fast and ugly. All right. So your prophet, again, he is the last one to tell us what's happening. Anyway, we don't want to change the topic. So as you see, this coronavirus, obviously they have no control of it, and they don't know what to do with it, and they are practicing things hoping that they can control it. So if the private sector, government, scientists, they are unable, so you might get ready to expect that the number of spreading might go really heavily, even though they are like saying we control the airport, we check passengers. It's impossible, because this virus, like when you get infected, you will not have symptoms right away, because all what they can do, they have to wait for the symptoms. They cannot discover it until you get sick, and sick for real, right? Well, you see, we do not know really the reason behind this virus. Everybody is guessing. Some people, they say bat soup. Some people, they say it is the animal, what you call this, ant eater, So, I mean, they don't know really. They have no idea. They have no idea. It looked like they've been taken into surprise, because this virus from the same family, a virus appeared in Saudi Arabia before. The same virus, but it's like a little bit different. First time appeared in 2012 in the city of Jeddah during the Hajj, which means it's coming from Mecca. And many people die. But look like this virus did not really spread heavily, and it went to sleep. And look like that this virus, it might be this, I mean, the exact same one or from the same family, developed itself and became stronger. So now like it's prepared for antibiotic and all the drugs we use to fight it. So this medicine is not really affecting, right? For a truth, we don't want to use comment like this, my friend. Don't eat pigs because pigs are their cousin. This is not a smart talk. But I can give you an answer better than this. Muslims didn't know actually why they don't eat pigs. All right? They don't know. They have no idea. No Muslim knew why they should not eat pigs. This is why the Quran is a silly book, because shouldn't you tell people why? Why? Why you forbid something? Nobody knows. All right? Hey Romano, how are you? Yeah, and we are not here to call the Muslim names. Even sometimes I have to say certain words, but I'm not calling names. We don't want to do the same as the Muslim. Like I remember once, the Muslim, they were saying to me, Christian women, they have AIDS. I said, well, this is not true. Actually, Muslim women, the AIDS spread way more than, in a Christian society, because a Muslim man is #1 sex tourist. And it's very well known, Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, all those rich countries, #1 sex tourists in the world, they are them. And you know what is that going to bring? So Muslim women are the first one to be infected with the AIDS virus. Because the man, he had many wives, he go to Thailand. He don't go to Thailand to see a nice beach or to take selfie picture, which is a beautiful country, or to eat food. No, he's going to the bar, prostitutes. Everybody knows, especially in the month of Ramadan. So we don't want to do the same as they do, right? We speak logic, and the logic is yes, the AIDS is all over in the Middle East, many viruses, and people die there, nobody knows, because who care? You see, in those countries, when Saddam Hussein killed 10,000 Kurdish by using chemical weapon as if they are fly, if not the Western TV, nobody in Iraq knows about it. Not a single person in Iraq, he saw in the TV the news that there is 10 people die by chemical weapon, as nothing happened, So, as I said, in the Middle Eastern government or media, TV stations, everything is controlled, the same as in China. So when they say to us 811 people, they die, that's mean the number is really huge. It might be 8,000. It might be 80,000. We don't know. This is a communist country. I remember when I was walking in the street, I feel that I am being watched closely. The police, they will eat you alive. Like, even they will come supposedly tourists, but it's a police country. There is no private companies, as an example. Like you see, the reason America is fighting Huawei phone, because this is not a private company. This is a Chinese government company. There's, China is different level of communism, which is very weird. Like, you see, when you say government, always you think about government there is an office, present the government, and this is the one is in control. And there's no private companies owned by somebody. No, in China there is a private company, but it's owned by the government employees. So everybody is employed by the government. So they create companies, and those companies, they are owned, which means the income of those who work in the company, which is supposedly a private company, but at the same time it's a government company, the money come from there is what is going to pay for the salary of the employees. So the Chinese, they made it like half private and half government. But at the end of the day, everything is government. Uh, it's different what from what we know about communism. Very, very different style. Released they say the infection more than 150 and the death rate is 24 is official release infection. Yeah, this is released by who? The death number you mentioned, Andy. Who is the one who mentioned this number? That 24. Yeah, I don't know what official. We cannot really trust anyone because you see, the only one knows the real number is the Chinese government. And actually, the Chinese government, they refuse any assistance from USA, from France, from England, because they don't want anyone to know numbers. You know what I mean? That's why they don't want anyone. The USA offered them to send scientists to help them to fight the virus. France did the same, but they don't want anyone. And the reason is very simple. They don't want news to leak. As simple as that. So they prefer that their citizens die by tens of thousands and not to say, okay, come over and help us. You know? See, okay, accidental release. Okay. Yeah, well, you see, but if this is accidental release, we don't know. So this is what happened in a police state, and I believe it's not only the Chinese is doing the same. I mean that I believe many countries are doing the same because they are trying to control economy. Because you see, this virus, as you see, I mean, it's very funny how a small, tiny virus can change everything. Will impact the food market, the oil market, jobs, manufacturers, steel price, dollar price, gold price, diamond price, uranium price. You will not believe it. It's just a stupid virus, but everything is infected by such a thing, right? Samad does not mean idol. Zaki is still alive. Zaki. Anyway, Zaki is asking me, you don't have Ahad as idol. Well, my friend, if he is not an idol, then you are in trouble. You better take the idol option. Because if the Muslim says, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, that's mean he is one off. That's mean Allah is not the only God. So you have to tell me what the word Ahad coming from. Is that Ahad a name? As an example, we say Yawmul Ahad. Sunday, it's called Ahad, but this is a name. So look how you put yourself in trouble. Either you accept that قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, Huwa Ahad. What he is? He is Ahad. Huh? Either you accept that this is a name, as the day Sunday, or you accept that Muhammad is using the wrong word in Arabic, which means one off. Choose one. Which one is good for you? Both of them, they will be horrible. The best scenario, you have Corona. Right? Anyway, we go back to our topic. So, if this virus go out of control, I mean, many things will happen. I will not be surprised if they have no medicine for it. Millions of people will die from around the earth. And you know, the bad thing is, there's some countries, they have no protection. I mean, like in Philippines, Indonesia, Bangladesh, those are a huge population. And the system there is not good at all to fight anything like this. You know, it's not like advanced countries. So, and it's very crowded. Like one train in Bangladesh is enough to spread the virus everywhere. The video is buffering, Zaki, because you did not say inshallah. Say inshallah, we'll fix it. Yeah. So if this virus really spread, I mean, and they have no vaccine for it, millions of people will die. And God knows what millions mean. All what I can see, in the beginning I thought this is like, I mean, few people die, they will find a solution, they use, and but look like they are in disability. Nobody knows really, and the number of death is increasing, which means obviously they are trying everything they have. And China is not like a country who has no scientists. They have, Chinese are very smart people. Chinese, they have the even in the ancient medicine, they used to be the best when it's come to medicine. So if the Chinese cannot fight it, and then we find that people dying even in America, so the news is very horrible. The news is very horrible. So I hope, I pray that they will be able to find a solution for it. Otherwise, not only this, I mean, if people stop going to work, I mean, how people they will support themselves? You see, it's not okay. Now you are afraid to go in the street because there's a virus, but there's things you need to do. Not everybody have a bank account and he have money, he have saving. There's people, they live day by day. There's people, if they don't work, the same day, they have no food on the table, which means they have zero food. So the issue will be way bigger than just a virus. People will lose their jobs, money and crimes will increase. Security will be, I mean, it's going to be a chaos. If things, it's going to be like those movies we see in TV where things go horrible. Like zombie, for sure, because a human being, when he turns into survival mood, many of them, they turn to the animal mood. Everyone, he think about me, just me, myself. The rest of them die, who care? Especially, sadly, in China, because of the communism, not because of the Chinese. After all those years of the communists controlling the country, most of the Chinese there, they focus in themselves. Nobody care for the rest. So if you fell down on the ground, nobody will help you. Why? Because nobody want to involve in a problem. As simple as that. Because this is a police state. So everyone, he say, okay, none of my business. Something wrong happen, he will not be involved. None of my business. Because he's afraid from the secret police, from the government, from etc. So everyone, he will say, none of my business. Because of fear. Fear can change you. Can make you a different creature. And you notice right now, the Chinese media, like I saw they have a video, let me see if I can find it. They have a video live 24 hours. Supposedly they are showing the world they are building a hospital for coronavirus. Okay, what does that mean? I mean, this is the most silly news to tell me. That's actually scary. I was watching how, and here we go. They had this live. Let's see if we can see the actual video live. They have 2 channels or 3 channels live podcast. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. Maybe they stopped doing it. Maybe they noticed that this is a stupid idea. So they were launching live broadcast for building a hospital, and supposedly they want to finish it in 8 or 10 days. But this doesn't mean you don't have hospitals. Okay, why now you are building hospitals? Are you saying you don't have hospitals before? So where was your hospitals before? What happened to them? Oh, this is a hospital for Ebola. Oh, sorry, for Corona. I mean, it's the same. But in order to control a big problem, which is going to be economy, China is losing a lot of money every day because of this. Their airlines is dying. Nobody is buying product. Import. People, they stop because afraid. Nobody want to import, especially like food from China. Importing anything, actually, it is now questionable. Like, should we import or not? Because the one who is going to send us the product is a human being. Maybe he's infected. Maybe we get the virus with the. So you never know. So it's a big problem, and they do not know what to do. So they come with this idea: we will put in YouTube a live channel showing them that we are building a hospital is going to be finished in 10 or 15 days. But this is showing us a big failure, that a country like China don't have hospitals for similar kind of diseases. Right? A big failure, obviously. The Chinese government really, they proved that they were thinking about everything, maybe except this thing. How to invest in foreign countries, how to control foreign countries, how to copy technology from America, steal it from here and there, and redo it in China. But nobody thought about such a thing, and they are not ready for it. But we cannot blame the Chinese alone. You see, even in USA, they are not ready for it. Here we go. People, they are dying in USA. But I think, look like, that not everyone who is infected with this disease, he will die. It just depends how strong your body is. Because obviously the number of those who they are infected is way bigger than the number who they are dead. You know what I mean? So obviously not everyone who get the disease, he die. So look like that this illness, this virus, will kill you if your body is weak. Right? China don't have 35,000 hospital beds. My friend, China is a more than a billion human being. They don't have 35,000 beds. That's funny, because you can turn a school into a hospital in one day. What the problem? Beds. China is making medical machines to every country in the world. All what they need is to do is to change the supply direction. If you go right now, your dentist chair is made in China. Your X-ray machine is made in China. Everything. So if the building is a problem, you can turn a school into a hospital. If it's about bed, they are the one who make the beds for everybody in the world. If it's about machines, well, all the machines we have is made. My computer is made in China. I have my laptop. I have a problem with it, so I need to fix it. And I open the cover and etc. And then I find that the battery made in China, the board made in China. What is made in USA? Nothing. The whole computer, which is Apple, is made in China. Your iPhone, you are not buying from USA, you are buying from China. So if China cannot find medical equipment, and yet they are the one who made medical equipment for everybody. So what this was just a propaganda to tell you, don't worry, we are working in it, and here we go, we are building a hospital, as if they are short of buildings. Actually, there's in that city right now, there's tens of thousands of buildings are empty right now because they are out of business. Nobody's doing business no more. Everybody's home. So they can convert any building, temporarily at least, and make it a hospital. My friend, there's nothing is called suitable to control such a, you can convert it, because a hospital at the end of the day is roof and walls, right? And then inside you can divide it as you wish. This is China, my friend. Okay, listen. If they can build a hospital in 10 days, can they make a building ready to be a hospital in 5? It's already exists. So you save half of the time. Anyway, so all of this is just propaganda to make people believe, okay, you know, we are China, don't worry, we are going to control it, buy from us, everything is fine, we will fix it, you know. But obviously this is not what's happening. Today they found 6 people in from the UK in France infected, right? So obviously, I mean, those 6 people, before they found them, how many people they infected, God knows. Those 6 people who they found them today in France, going to do skiing, and they are coming from the UK. How many people in their way, they shake hands with them, you know, they hand money to them. There's, you know, there is some people when they count money, especially in the Middle East, when they count money, like the money go dry, right? Like you wanna, sorry, like you wanna count the money. You need your finger to be wet. So what they do, they touch their finger with their tongue, and then they start counting. And then when the finger dry, they touch it again. This is the best way to spread the disease. So if this virus, if they don't find really a cure for it, that will be the biggest disaster human beings, you know, suffer from for a long time. Because if this virus is spread, there's countries, they will lose millions, especially poor countries. Take ability of protection. You know, a country like the Philippines. First time I went inside the mall in the Philippines, I was like shocked. I never saw people, I mean, as much as I saw in 1 hour, I see it in a year in USA. The number of people I saw in 1 hour in the mall, in 1 hour, is more than I see for the whole year in USA. I mean, you can't even walk inside the mall, especially when it's time like people leave the work. So in such countries, Bangladesh, have you ever seen a train in Bangladesh? Who of you saw a train? Let me show you a train in Bangladesh, how a train work there. I mean, those people, if they receive the virus, that's it. I mean, crazy. Yeah. This is a train in Bangladesh. Just to give you an idea. Let me show it to you more clear. So imagine you want to control the virus in this country. You see, like you know, for us here, we live in different world. This is look at this. You want to control the virus there? If the virus arrived to Bangladesh, how you can control it? This is just a train. People are not going to heaven. They just want to go home in the train. So if this virus arrive to those countries, and is going to arrive, I mean, who is going to stop it? Imagine a Christian prince is taking the train because he promised the Christians to open life on air. And he is trying to get home using that train. Let me see, where is a Christian prince there? Where is the guy who looks scary? All of them, they look good except me. I don't see him. I mean, look at this. There's like 30,000 people waiting for the train, and there's other maybe 30, 50 in the train, in the top of the roof, in the top. I mean, so it's going to be really horrible. It might be funny, but this is really horrible. Thank God if if you don't live in such a country, you are lucky, my friend. You see, people don't appreciate really what they have until they see. Honestly, people don't appreciate what they have until they see. Like you see an American boy, he is 16 years old, and he's complaining because his dad, he bought him a car, and the car is 10 years old. I mean, his dad is cheap. He have a bad daddy. Send him to Bangladesh. Just send him, let him get the training. Then he will appreciate every single bite of a sandwich you give him. Anyway, so there is some countries it's impossible to control virus on them. And this have nothing to do with being Christians. I mean, we want to be like the Muslims. Muslims, they are happy that I saw many videos made by Muslims. Allah, he punishing the Chinese. Crazy stuff, hateful. Virus will kill everybody. It doesn't matter if you are a Christian, you are a Hindu, you are a Jew, you are a Muslim. It's very stupid to believe that the virus will ask you about your religion before he get inside your mouth. Right? But this is what some Mohammedan they think. Virus is a virus. People die left and right. No mercy. What's your religion, what you eat, how you look like, you're black, you're white, you're Asian, it doesn't matter. Right? So, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow might be ugly. We hope not. I pray not. But the world is punishing itself by many things. Things is getting more ugly, and the more ugly it is, more ugly stuff will happen. Let us move to a different topic. Israel. You know what? I promise you I will take calls from Christians today, but I did not. Let me open my Skype. Hello everyone. This is my voice in Instagram. Let me close it. If you have Instagram, don't forget to subscribe to my account there. All right, let us open Skype. All the week we take Muslim calls only. So, in the weekend we take Christian calls. And what I hate about Skype, I open it, each time I found like 1,000 message. And everyone, if you see the messages, oh, Christian Prince, I text you, you did not answer me. Thank you very much. Upset, like they're upset, I did not answer. But you should see how many people they call me, they text me. If I want to answer everyone, I will spend my life just answering. It's endless. All right. If you like me to call you, just send me a text message. I will call you back. Don't call, please. Yeah, just text me, tell me I want to call, and I will call you back, so we can receive people in order and nobody jump over somebody else. For people who they are texting me from Nigeria, God bless you, my friend. Thank you very much. And I apologize if I don't answer, because it's too many people to answer. Anyone would like to call? Just text me and I will call you back. All right, we go now to Israel, and for sure we can go back if you want to call to talk about that Corona. No problem. You remember I spoke about Trump plan for peace, and I told you this is not really a plan for peace. It's just a plan giving the green light for the Israeli to take a land, which is obviously a very good plan for the Israeli people. But Israel is not a country of, let us say, people who agree with each other, which means Jewish people, most of them today, they are liberals. And liberals are anti-Israel, the same as liberals are anti-America. Always liberals anywhere, they are anti, anti-national. I mean, they are anti. So Trump, he is trying to help the Jews. Netanyahu, he is so happy for that. Many of the Jews, they love it. But in Israel, there is a big, big, big line of Jews who they are liberals. And those Jews, they prefer to give Jerusalem to the Muslims just for the sake of having, a sign that says peace. But this peace will never happen, because if you give them Jerusalem, then they will ask you for more cities. They will never stop until they throw you in the ocean. So liberals, they are always, they go in the awkward direction. And they are, a kind of an enemy to Israel. I saw them in the news actually marching with the Muslims and the Arab, if we can call them Arab, those who they are there, against the plan of peace of Trump. Weird, isn't it? Actually, you might find an Israeli, he is burning the Israeli flag. But this is the same you find in California. You'll find a liberal from California burning the American flag. Not only you will find, this you will find everywhere. In California, if you are a person who wear the flag of USA in your t-shirt, they will kick you out from the school. But if you wear the flag of Saudi Arabia, you are welcome. Or Mexico. So liberals are always like this. It doesn't matter where you go. All of them, they are the same. And I believe that the Israeli people, they should focus more in the liberal more than the Arab. The liberals are more dangerous than the Arab, because you have the self-destruction members in your own citizen. So they need to focus more on education and to change the mindset of those children who grow up in liberal schools, who they told them that if you love your country, you are a fascist. If you are a person who carry your flag, you are evil. Education. If you send a child and you put him between ISIS, he grows as ISIS. It's very simple. Education is, everything is about education. If you grow in California, you will be liberal. Why? Because the education around you is, the teacher is a liberal. The teacher, he will start saying Republican or white supremacist. What white supremacists have to do with Republican? Actually, Democrat in USA, they are the one who fought against freeing the slaves. Do you believe it? They are the one. Go and read history. Every action, legal action, was against the black people, was done by Democrat. Go search it. So education is the problem. In certain areas, the liberals are majority, and they have their influence in the children's. So if you are a child, like me, I grew up in the Middle East. Okay, in the Middle East, they keep telling me that the Jews, they are monkeys. The Jews are monkey. Okay, so I grew up believe that the Jews are monkeys. Not necessarily believe, but so the first time I saw a Jew, I was looking at his ass to see if he have a tail or he have a red ass. And I was curious to see where is the monkey, because this is what they told me, that the Jews are pigs and monkeys. You go to the school, what you learn about the Jews? They are pigs and monkeys. So if you grow up in such an environment, the teacher, the government, the TV, the textbook, everybody saying the same. Well, here we go. This is what's called a brainwash. You know what I mean? That's brainwash. The same as the liberals. You know, I find actually Islamic terrorism is the same as liberalism. If you remember when Trump he won the election, the liberal they start burning cars, burning stores in San Francisco, right? You remember? Let's see if we can find some news in Google. I'm sure many of you remember. Yeah. And they carry the Palestinian flag, and you know, I mean, crazy stuff. You can search in Google and find. The guy, he is not even elected yet. I mean, they just announced and they start burning cars, attacking stores, etc. So they practice their own terrorism and they claim that they are freedom fighters. Like there is a group, it's called Antifa. Anyone know Antifa? Antifa, if you are a person who don't agree with them and they are liberals, they will beat you up in the street. You know, they beat you up. They are liberals. So they speak too much about democracy, but the fact they are not democratic people. They call themselves Democratic Party, but they are anti-democracy. They don't believe in democracy. Look at this. All of this is done by them. When Obama he won the election, how many cars did the Republican they burned? Zero. It's a fact. It's a fact, zero. You know? So if you are wondering where this is coming from, education, those are kids, they grow in schools, they teach them that government is evil, the army is disgusting, you know, like I remember when I was in California and I was going to the army station, you know, wearing the army gear and uniform. There's a girl in McDonald's. She was like giving me the sandwich as if I am like a piece of garbage. You know, they look at you like you are in the army. You are disgusting. Shame on you. You know, like what? Everywhere, you know, if you are in the army, you are serving the country. You are a good person, not for them. For them, you are in the army, you are a disgusting person. That's why the lowest number of people who join the army in USA is from California. You know, they will carry any flag except USA flag. They are not, and they call themselves Antifa, but I see them that they are anti-America, anti-truth, anti-freedom, you know. And you have to agree with them. If you don't agree with them, they are the same as Islam. You don't agree with them, you know, they burn your car and they threat your life, and yeah. This is how it is. Let us see if somebody is texting me in Skype. I think I heard somebody. Look like nobody. Zaki, you know, he did not have enough from yesterday. He's asking me, can you prove to me that Samad, you remember the Samad? Can you prove to me that Samad was an idol around the Kaaba? Well, you know what Samad wasn't either around the Kaaba. But this guy, I mean, those people are really weird. You see, Samad, uh, قل هو الله الصمد. الصمد is an Aramaic word. It's an Aramaic word. And this Aramaic word can be used as a name or can be used as definition for, let us say, an act or a tool. So Samad, let me show you what Samad is. I'm trying to remember what the name they use in like street language in Arabic. You see, this guy, he insists to change our topic, but it's okay. Let's try. What they call it in English, guys, I don't know if anyone saw such a thing. They made it from clay. They made a container and they put a hole in it, and you put your money inside. Anyone knows what they call it? I'm just trying to find out. Yeah, but not saving money. Piggy bank. Let us see the piggy bank. I look in the Arabic word, I could not find anything in Google. In pictures, I mean. Yeah, you know, it's close. It's here they are making it like a pig, but this is not really what I'm looking for. Anyway, in the Aramaic language, there is something is called al-masmuda, samad. Samad is the collective, the collection. So if Allah is ahad and He is a samad, and He is the collective, you know, He is a collection of what? You know what I mean? Now, if we go and see the interpretation for the Quran, let us see. Mr. Jackie. Jackie, why you don't call me? Call me, Jackie. I wanna show you something. Jackie is a person who is soon is going to leave Islam. Are you there, Jackie? Because he will keep, annoying me until we get him busted like yesterday. Are you there, Jackie? Let us call him. Jackie is saying if you cannot prove that, you are lying.
Hello?
Hey, Jackie, how are you?
I'm not Jackie. I'm Zaki.
Zaki, sorry, it's my fault. Okay, so if I show you right now, are you willing to leave Islam or you are just making things up?
If you show me,
then
maybe.
Okay, but why you don't make a promise of a man? Because you're accusing me of lying, and either Christian Prince is lying or he's not. So, you have to give me a reason to believe that you are a man.
You said that Ahad was an idol, but you lied.
No, I did not lie. Here we go. Because if a Samad is a lie, is an idol, that means Ahad, he is the same as a Samad, isn't it?
So what?
Okay, if is a Samad, is he an idol?
No.
Okay. Well, here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. I will put it for you on the screen. And you have to leave Islam immediately if you are a man. This is Ibn Kathir. It says here, وقد ذكر محمد بن إسحاق وغيره أنهم كانوا يعبدون أصناما فصنم يقال له صمد. Do you see it? It's in the screen.
I can't see it.
It's in the screen. And I can change the page, make it for you in Google Translation if you wish.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that?
Yes.
Okay. But you promise me if this is true, you will leave Islam, right?
You have to prove that the Muslim, they took this as an idol.
Well, this is the name of the idol. Okay, if the Samad is an idol, and then you call Allah is a Samad, isn't it obvious? Here we go. He is Samad. They called him Samad. Do you see it? This is the book of Ibn Kathir.
Translated.
Huh?
Translated.
I did. Here we go. This is Google Translation. Stupid Google Translation. Leave Islam right now. Be a man. Ahad is the same as a Samad. Isn't it the verse says, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدْ Allahu Samad. Allah is Ahad. Allah is a Samad. Samad is an idol. They were worshipping idol, and his name is Samad. Muhammad ibn Ishaq and others, they mentioned the following, that they worship an idol and the name of the idol is a Samad.
Where is this?
This is Ibn Kathir. What we will do now? You will leave Islam or not?
Send me the link.
No. Okay, I will send you the link. You will leave Islam or not? Are you a man of your promise or not?
If you can prove that the Muslim took this as God, then yes.
My friend, don't the Quran says Allah is a Samad? Yes or no?
Yes, but it does not mean that Allah Samad.
Okay, look how you change. Look here how you change your challenge. You said to me, prove to me that a Samad is an idol. Did you say that? And you said to me, if you did not show me, that means you are lying. Did you say that or not?
What is VSNM?
No, I'm asking you. Did you say to me in the text,
no.
Show me where that the Samad is a name of an idol? Did you say that to me? Or
on the screen it said VSNM. What is that?
My friend, what is SNM? This is the translation, Google translation. This is stupid Google. Does it say, did you say to me that if you show me that the word Samad is a name of an idol, otherwise you are lying? Did you say that to me? And then I challenged you. I said, okay, if I show you, are you going to leave Islam? You said maybe.
But you have to prove that the Muslim took this as God.
My friend, his name is a Samad. This is the name of an idol.
You said that the Prophet stole red bikini.
Don't change the topic, Potato. Don't change the topic. Why are you changing the topic now? And yes, your Prophet, he stole bikini. Okay, don't change the topic first. Don't change the topic. Potato, don't change the topic. You see, I stopped my program just for you. Be a man.
I did not see it.
What do you mean you did not see it?
Send me the link.
Oh, you want the link? Here we go. This is the link in Arabic. I will post it in the chat so everybody can see it. So look what happened now. Look how those people, they have no dignity. He made me change my program from speaking about Ebola and etc. just to show him, and now he will not leave Islam. Here we go. We show you that Samad is an idol. And just to show you how they fool people, here we go. This is Ibn Kathir in English. They show you that they call the name here. They say they call him Samud, but they took the word Samad. What is the word Samad? This is the verse in Arabic. It says Samad. This is Ibn Kathir in Arabic. It says Samad.
Who said this?
Ibn Kathir.
He did not.
It's in front of you. I just gave you the link, you idiot.
It did not say Ibn Kathir said it.
This is the book of who? Ibn Kathir. Abdul, Ibn Kathir saying that Ibn Ishaq said, and many others, that those they use to worship idols, فَصَنَمٌ يُقَالُ لَهُ Samad, and they're used to worship many idols. One of them, his name is Samad, and the other one, his name is Samud, and the other one, his name is Al-Haba. So who is talking there? Ibn Kathir. He is reporting what the scholars they said. Now apologize and say to me that I am leaving Islam because this is a pagan cult. You challenge me to show you. You see the coward, he hang up. And they say to me why I block them. I'm going to block you right now because you're a coward. Fifi told you that there is no such a thing. Fifi is a potato. This is why he don't dare to call me. It's in the front of your eyes. Anyone who speaks Arabic, he can see it. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. وقد ذكر محمد بن إسحاق وغيره أنهم كانوا يعبدون أصناما فصنم يقال له صمد. This is one of the names of your God. So Ahad and Samad is one God. This is what the Quran is saying. And the other idol, his name is Samud. And the other idol, his name is Al-Haba. I challenge you, brother and sister, if you can show me that the word Samad, what a potato. So look, we change our topic, and later he will call me again, and he will ask me for something else. Don't ever call me again. You are not a man. You are a fly. And I don't want to make my shoes dirty by a fly. I smash it. So we change our program, our topic, just to answer him. And look. And here we go again. I'm going to post. You count, even if you don't speak Arabic. You count the first line, second line, third line, and the fourth line. The fourth line, not the first word, not the second word, the third word. That is Samad. Why Muslim they like to be spanked by Christian Prince? This is why those potatoes who they claim they can refute me, they don't dare to debate me. They make videos, and those stupid ones, they follow them. They are like bugs. You know, if Fifi, he said that, you know, he challenged you where it says that. If Fifi is a donkey, you do not know. Here we go. You follow Fifi. This is what happened when you follow Fifi. This is why they don't dare to call me. And if you see his text, you are a liar. I challenge you. Show me where it says that. Okay, we go back to our... I apologize, guys. But it's good to get them busted, isn't it? I challenge you, I challenge you, I challenge you. You have no idea you're talking to who. This is why your potato, the one you are learning from, he don't dare to call me, because he knew. You are saying exactly what he said, and this is exactly what will happen to him if you call me. This is why he don't call. And look here at the corruption. You see, in the English translation, the word samad is gone. There's no samad. They took it on purpose. Anyone who knew Arabic, he can read it, and even we use Google Translation. Why in English we cannot? In the English translation of Ibn Kathir we cannot find it. They mention the word Samud. There's an idol. His name is Samud. Where is the word Samad? It's gone. Totally gone. And we can show you this tafsir from the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. So people will not say, oh, he's making things up. Here we go. This is the official government of Jordan, and this is the book of Ibn Kathir. So why we cannot find it in English, but we can find it in Arabic? Because simply they are trying to hide from you the truth, that Islam is a scam. Here we go. This is the official government website of the King of Jordan, who claimed to be descendant from Muhammad himself. No wonder he is a fraud. فَصَنَمٌ يُقَالُ لَهُ صَمَدٌ وَآخَرٌ يُقَالُ لَهُ صَمُودٌ. Fly. You are a fly. All right. How many of you saved the link? This is the last time I will post it, if you're interested. All right, we go back to our topic. CP, I said no CP. It doesn't say that CP. And they say to you, Christian Prince, he hang up on Muslims. Oh boy. You are talking to Christian Prince, my friend. If I leave my toes, huh? Behind the microphone, debating 10 Muslim imams, my toes will win. Not because of the knowledge of my toes, but because of the smell. Unbelievable. All right, we go back to our topic. Until now, I did not receive anyone when I think because of the title news, you know, Christians, they don't want to. Okay, we have somebody trying to want to call. All right, let us call this person.
Hello?
Yes, my friend, you are live on air.
Hello?
Yes, you are live on air.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, what do you like to say to us? You know, people are listening. Did you hear our topic, what we were talking about?
Yeah, I'm from Indonesia. I just want to share the news here about the ex-Indonesian ISIS that want to come back here, you know.
ISIS, they are coming to Indonesia?
Ex-Indonesian, you know, want to come back here again, you know.
They are. You are saying
Back
no,
to
ISIS,
Syria,
and now
you know.
they are going to come back. Yeah. Well, the Indonesian government, they have, they should, if they allow them to come, they should put them in jail forever. You know.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah. Or they can send
Because
them,
the government,
or they can send them to me.
I wish.
Yeah, actually, I will not. I will treat them nicely, but I will torture them every day, showing them how stupid the Quran. I will not harm them. I will put them in a room, and I will start making. I will force them to listen to my broadcast, showing them how stupid the Quran is, and then you will see they will leave ISIS forever.
Maybe they can change.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. Anything else, sister?
No.
Want to say anything you want to share?
No. I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, actually, this is the best punishment for ISIS, just to bring them, put them in a building, and put Christian Prince in front of them, and the Christian Prince say, Abdul, listen, what if I show you right now that your God, Allah, is made from the sweat of the horses? From what? Sweat of the horses? CP, it doesn't say that, CP. I challenge you, CP. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Now, this is Syria war. You see that the Erdogan, who is trying to be the caliphate of the Muslims, he wanted to protect the terrorists, Al-Qaeda and those terrorists in the north of Syria. But Erdogan is a potato. You know what potato mean? This guy is very, very strong if you are small, tiny, weak. He is a hyena. And this is an example of Islamic government regimes. When you are weak, they are lions. When you are the lion, they are cats. In the best scenario, they are little tiny dog. So Erdogan, when he want to fight with the Syrian army, which is weak army, 8 years of war, very tired. 9 years of war, actually. So he's a hyena. He want to destroy them. The second the Iranian, they show their teeth, Erdogan is farting. The second Putin he talk, Erdogan is doing poo-poo. And this is the example of how those Islamic regime they function. This guy, he wanted to establish a territory for all the mujahideen in the world so he can use them and control them. He have a war in Libya, he send them there to fight for him. He have a war in Yemen, he will send them there to any place where Turkey needs somebody to fight for her as a country, they will send those people. This remind me, there's too much similarity between Hassan al-Hashash. Anyone knows who is Hassan al-Hashash? Who knows who is Hassan al-Hashash? Let me see if I can find something for you in English. Until now, no information. Okay, I'm sure there is but I don't know what the name they use in English. Let us see. Okay, we found a website. It's called Wise Geek. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but just to share some. I hate those websites who you cannot read anything in them unless you click at their commercial. The word assassin is coming from this guy, Al-Hashash. You can search his name by yourself and you can read about him. Hassan ibn Sabbah, founded of the assassins in the 1090. He is, he is considered to be a Shia. This is Erdogan. Hassan al-Hashash. He bring every filthy terrorist in the world. He promised him heaven, drugs. This is what they give them. They give them drugs in north of Syria. Women, they kidnap women. They bring them blonde women from Bosnia, from Turkey, prostitutes. And then when there is a need for war or assassin, they will send you what they call the mujahideen. The word assassin, maybe many of you do not know, it's coming from Muslims. The word assassin is not a Western word. It's coming from Muslims. The first ones who established the business empire of assassin. This guy, he have no army except assassin army. They don't go really for war. They assassin. So what al-Hashash he do? First, he established a castle. He bring young men, food, free drinking, dancing, wine, do whatever you want. And every day there's a class you have to join to listen to the teaching of al-Hashash. How about heaven, what you will, the virgins that will be waiting for you, and we are serving God, etc. So, and then the Hashash, he will send a letter to a king or a prince. And he will say to him, you have 14 days or 15 days to send me etc. money. Otherwise, I will assassin you. And this guy, he was able to make billions of dollars at that time. Because every king in the Middle East or every prince, he fear him. Why? Because his followers, they are willing to die. How this will work? He bring you are a young youth. Let us say you are 16, 17, You want to have sex, you want to drink, beautiful women, for free, all for free. He make you stay in his castle for 6 months, 7 months, a year maybe. And then after that, and hashish, by the way, they give them drugs, hashish. That's why they call them al-Hashashin. The other name they call them is al-Hashashin. Hashashin coming from the word hashash, which means hashish, hash. All right? So after 6 or 9 months or a year, they bring you, they say, oh, listen, you have a duty to do. You do it, you come back here. If you don't do it, you cannot come back. Go and kill this guy. Go and kill this guy. So you are a prince or you are a king. This guy, he will find anyway, like the king walking between the crowd, he would jump on him. He don't care. He wanna die, or die or go back to the castle, drinking hashish, wine, women, etc. And this is how this guy became so rich. And this is Erdogan of the century today. He think he can do the same business as Hassan al-Hashash. Well, it's brainwashed, but in the same time, it's drugs, sex. You want to live in heaven, in earth? Here we go, we have heaven for you. You don't need to work, nobody work. This guy al-Hashash became so rich because one letter he sent to a prince is enough to cover all his men for the coming 2 or 3 years. Just one. Because he sent the letter, says, pay me this or die. Everybody pay. Because they notice that if you don't pay, you will die. He will never leave you alone. The first attempt did not work, he will send you the second guy, the third guy, until he kill you. And this is where the word assassin is coming from. And this is telling you what Islam is about. It is the source of evil. Anyone they don't like, they assassin. If a Christian prince, if a Christian prince live in an area which is they can't get their hand on them. How long Christian prince he can live? You think? How many seconds? Not how many hours. And then this guy, his map was growing. Like he have a map. He was controlling a big, huge territory all the way from Iraq, from Persia, all the way to Syria. Imagine, he became like an emperor. Yeah, there's things we don't talk about unless there is a reason. So there's a lot of interesting history to learn. And today you learn something new, that the word assassin is an Islamic word. It's a big business. Assassin is the core of Islam. Muhammad himself, he sent his men to assassin let us see what his name. Forgot Abu Akf. I forgot his name really. He's a Jewish guy. He's like 100-something years old. Assassin. Muhammad, he practiced assassin since the beginning of his business. So the first prophet and the first assassin man is Muhammad. He send his man to your door. His man, he say, I am a guy, need some help. You open the door, they stab you. By the way, like if we have to give reference, we can give reference easy. In case you're Abdul who's saying this is not true. Right? So Erdogan, a very evil person, and he is taking advantage that Western, these days Europe, Europe became like a, I don't know, it's like it used to be before, let us say, a German Shepherd dog, and today it became a fluffy dog, like a decoration. So Erdogan, he knew that Europe now controlled by liberals, and they are not into war, and nobody want to go in war. So he can play whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wish. And even Trump, he is being very kind with Erdogan, extremely actually. He is not doing any harsh stuff with him. And I think because Trump here being a hypocrite, he have a business in Turkey. He have a lot of real estate in Turkey. This is why. I believe this is the main reason. Otherwise, I don't see any reason for Trump to be soft with Turkey after all what they do. As an example, he arrested a Christian priest for almost 9 months. And the guy is proud about it. And Trump, he forced him to release him. But you should not just force him to release him. You should force this guy to get out from his business. You can do it. This is America. He can, Trump, he can humiliate the whole country easy. Turkey is a bankrupt country. They get a lot of income from USA Army. It's a big business. Let us see. How you know that Shu'aib al-Jabi narration Paul ibn Kathir is authentic? My friend, somebody is asking me about the narration about Paul is authentic. I mean, this is a very stupid question to ask, because if it's not authentic, why you put it there? Because if it's not authentic, it's not authentic. It's not worth to be there. I don't know. People are silly. How you know? The question will go for you. How you know? And if you know, why it's there? And how Ibn Kathir even can find it's authentic? Why he was there? He was living with Muhammad. He witnessed who was saying what he talk and what he mean and what he say. I mean, it's stupidity. And who said only Ibn Kathir? He said there is tons. We have tons of books. Sometimes I feel like people, they have a low IQ when they discuss, and even the question is made in a funny, low IQ way. Because how you can be sure that this hadith is authentic? The question is for you. If it's not authentic, why it's in your book? It's in your book, not in my book. It's like saying to me, this is a rat, and you want to cook it and eat it. You heard a Muslim saying it's not authentic. Who cared? I give you the answer. Give us the reference. It's not authentic. Did he give you the reference? I heard. She said, he said. What a stupid religion. I mean, everything is I heard, he heard, she said, he said. But there's no. And the funny, they speak about authentic. when everything they tell us, even the one they call it authentic, is about I heard, he heard, she said, he said. How he said can be authentic anyway. Because somebody now can say Christian Prince said, but like nobody, there's no witness. Like now we have video and recording, but even that you can do editing for it. So what do you mean he said, she said? Stupidity. Yeah, don't text me, my friend, about this topic. If you have a question, post it in the chat there. We open Skype so Christian can call us if they want to call. Use your brain, and this is why they don't dare to debate me, because when I hear their questions, I laugh right away. Not only we speed them with the answer, we know the answer even before the question, but we speed them with intelligence. Actually, the excuse they are giving you as an insult to Islam, because if this is not true, why in their book they are saying this? This is stupid. You know what I mean, guys? Let us say I'm a person who is a Muslim scholar. I want to explain the Quran for you. Why I am saying something is not accepted. What the point? You get the point there. Stupidity. As they say in China, he left as a donkey, never came back as a horse. Somebody's saying, how is your shoulder? Thank God it's a lot better. It's still, there is little pain, but it's way better than before. It's getting better. Maybe by tomorrow I will be ready to do karate again. Don't fight with me right now. I'm weak. Yeah, my friend, don't text me in Skype to ask me questions. If you have questions, text me only. Send the question only in the chat. Otherwise, I will ban you. If everyone have a question, he will text me in Skype. I have tens of thousands. I don't know even how this program, Skype, can fit all those names. Yeah, by the way, we the Arab, we are the founder of karate. Actually, we have to be honest. The Jews are before us. If you remember the story of a Prophet Moses, he was the founder of Kung Fu FM. Do you remember when the angel come to take the life of Moses? Which is obviously a true story, put yourself in the shoes of let us see the hadith. All right. Here we go. Kung Fu. First degree Kung Fu. Abu Huraira, Abu mean father. The word Abu mean father. This is an Aramaic word. Used in Hebrew too, in Arabic. So Abu Huraira, the father of the cats, Huraira is like a spoiled name of cats, reported that Allah Messenger, having said that the angel of death came to Moses and said, respond to the call of Allah. Which mean, i.e., prepared for death. Moses, Musa is a Jew, So the Jew Musa said to him, Habibi, 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 you want to take me to death, Habibi? We have election, Habibi. We have to finish with Netanyahu first, okay? You cannot take me, Habibi, now. The angel of death is very serious. He said again to Moshe, Moshe, prepare for death. Moshe answered and he's laughing. Habibi, Habibi, okay, get close, Habibi, get close. Yeah, get more close, Habibi. I want to tell you, I want to whisper to you, Habibi. And then, you know, Moshe and the angel is naive. He's an angel, you know. You don't know. You don't know what Moshe is going to do. So you get closer. Get Habibi, get closer. Come on, Habibi, Habibi, get more closer, Habibi. Okay, get more closer, Habibi. And what happened? He gave him a blow at the eye, and the angel of death and knock it out. Look at this, man, from the first hit. If you ever meet Moshe, don't ever get close to him. He's very dangerous and wanted, and very heavily armed with his arm. What is this, man? Prepare for death, Habibi. Musa, he did beat him, knock his eye out. And then the angel, he went back to Allah. Look at this Fifi angel. What? I mean, if I am Allah, I will fire this angel. You are an angel with 600 wings. And then a guy, he is 5-6 foot. He's a human. And you are the angel of death. He knock you out and he take your eye. Which eye, by the way? I mean, really, which eye? I'm serious. Which eye? Which eye? I hope it's not the eye of life, the fountain of youth. The angel went back to Allah, the exalted, for sure the exalted, and said, you send me to a servant who does not like to die. Okay. And he knocked me out in the eye. What the heck? I'm so glad at that time there was no coronavirus. Because Moshe not only will knock his eye, he will open his mouth, he will put a coronavirus in his mouth, and he will make the angel of death die. True story, brother. Christian Prince, do you have an authentic reference for this? This is Sahih Muslim. Even the book it's called Sahih is not Sahih. Allah, brother, we have a good news, finally, brother. Allah, he good in restoring stuff. Allah restored his eye to its proper place. I'm so glad, man, he put it in the proper place. I was afraid he would put it in his body bomb. I mean, not only he restored it to the proper place. I mean, isn't that amazing? How many of you want to convert to Islam right now? Look, Allah, look. It's a miracle. He restored it to the proper place. Not in the nose, brother. Not in the belly by mistake. Allah is not blind. Allah, he see, brother. Allah is all seeing, all hearing, including your fart. Unbelievable. Stupidity is amazing. وعليكم السلام يا محمد. كيف حالك يا رجل؟ If you want me to call you, text me, don't just call. I have a question about why Christ came to the Jews while they already have been told by God in the Torah. I mean, this is not even a question, because why Christ will not come to the Jews if those are the only people who worship God? He will come to who? So it's very normal that he will be born of the Jews. For Mary, she have to be a wonderful person, believer in God, a holy temple of God, where God is going to be born from that woman. Because remember, Jesus is not just a person coming in a spaceship, is born of a woman. So that women have to be chosen women. From who? From the chosen people. Why they are chosen? Because they chose God. So the answer is very simple. Now, when a Muslim he says a question like this, why Jesus came to the Jews, should you ask him the same question? If the Jews will not accept Jesus anyway, why Allah he sent him to the Jew? Allah don't know? You see, always learn how to flip the table on the fool. Their questions is a foolish questions. If you switch the question on them, they will be in trouble. Are we listening, guys? Any question the Muslim they give it to you, switch it back on them, they will cry. As an example, the Muslim they will say to you, the Bible is corrupt, brother. Don't they say that? Zaki, he left Islam? What Zaki left Islam? Isn't it this is the same guy he called me a second ago? Did he leave Islam? Where are you, Zaki? Did he decide to leave Islam? I blocked him. He cannot call me back because of what he did. Well, if you left Islam, good for you. What I can do? You want to call me? Make a new name, right? That's it. You are blocked. I lost my patience with you. Yeah. Welcome to the club, my friend. There's thousands and thousands of people before you who call me names, reject what I am saying, they accuse me of lying, and then they find it's true. Anything I say, I put in the screen, I show it, everybody can read it, and you know, there's no way you can say it's not there. Yeah, but Zaki, you have to make a new name now because I blocked you. Sorry. So, going back to the topic, when the Muslim they say to you, as an example, the Bible is corrupt, don't defend. Don't say no, it's not corrupt. No. Just tell him, okay, thank you. The Bible of Allah, brother, is corrupt. The second you say the Bible of Allah, the Muhammadan, he will pick up his diaper. He will switch to the homeless mood. You are insulting Muslims. You are being rude. You are finished. You are a boy. Hold on. What finish? What boy? What dummy? Hummy? What is that? Isn't it the Quran says that Allah is the one who sent the Injil and He is the one who sent the Torah? So you are saying to me that the Torah and the Injil which sent by Allah is corrupt. So what my business? Don't defend. In a second he will be crying. Do you see it? Guys, are you listening? Do you understand what I'm saying? When they say to you the Bible is corrupt, the Injil is corrupt, the Torah is corrupt, don't defend. Just say to him, okay, we got it. The Injil of Allah is corrupt. Allah is stupid. Anyone can spank him, change his book. In a second, the Abdul, he will go to the victim mood. Christian Prince, you are insulting us. You are finished. You are finished, boy. Oh, okay. True story. So what I'm trying to say to you, they have, most of them, they don't even think when they ask the questions. Their questions is against them. The problem is that sometimes we do the same as they do. We switch to the defend mood without thinking. Take it easy. This is how I fight Islam. They throw rocks at me. A lot of rocks. And then I collect all the rocks, I make them a big concrete piece, I throw them back at them. As simple as that. All right. Let us see. Do we have any? All right. Look like today not many people want to call. I don't know. can you explain Paul again? My friend, there's no need to explain. There's tons of reference, the Muslim themselves, in their reference, in their book, saying that this messenger, the third one, his name is Paulos. That's it. Now, if the Muslim, they are saying that those hadith are not authentic, that means Islam is stupid, because if it is not authentic, why their book saying it is Paul? I mean, he is a scholar. The one who wrote the book is a scholar. As an example, Fifi, in one of his videos, somebody sent it to me, he said, no, CP, Al-Lucy is quoting the Christian, CP. He was not quoting. Read the page. Nowhere there is some quoting the Christians, liar. And then he said, the proof, CP, that the Christians, they claim that they are the one beloved by Allah, CP. Stupid idiot. What does this have to do with this? That is about 3 messengers sent by God. Not about 3 messengers claiming to be beloved by God, and they are the children of God. There's no connection. So he could not find where it says he is quoting, because he's a potato. He says the proof, CP, in chapter 5 verse 18, CP, the Christian and the Jews, they say we are the sons of God, not on Allah. We don't believe in Allah. And his beloved, CP. You idiot. What does this have to do with that verse? Nothing. That verse nowhere is speaking about this, and those are the true believers in Christ. Here, this verse here, according to Islam, those are not a true believer in Christ, because simply they have wrong teaching. The other 3, they are true messengers already. Not only they are believers in Christ, they are messengers of God. Stupidity. Look, low IQ. Low IQ. It's not my fault if you have a low IQ, my friend. You have deficiency in the creation of your God who made you, according to you. You know, when Muhammad, he said women, they are going to go to hell. According to him, women, they are deficient in their brain. And look how stupid he is. By saying that, he said that Allah himself is deficient. Because if women, they have deficiency, the deficiency is coming from where? From the maker. Is that correct, guys? Is that correct? As an example, let us say BMW, they made a car. And then we find that the car have deficiency, have a problem. Mechanic or whatever, electronic. Who is to blame, the car or the maker? What do you think? We should blame who? The car or the maker? The maker, obviously. Muhammad, he blamed the idiot. The one is me, not the creator. So he claimed that women, they are half a brain, and the proof that one man is equal to 2 women as a witness. And women, they are they have deficiency because simply they have their menstruation. But who is the one who made them have menstruation? Isn't it Allah? So you blame them for having deficiency, and you call it deficiency, you idiot, when the one who made them have that is Allah, and yet you blame them they will go to hell because of menstruation? That is the most stupid argument ever. Am I heard, guys? I think my voice is good, right? If you have difficulty in the voice, refresh the page. Do you see it? Women, they have deficiency. What their deficiency? They have deficiency in their brain and in their private part. This is the wisdom of a prophet. He claimed to be a prophet of God. Obviously, he is mentally ill. That is not deficiency. There's stupidity of you. And by the way, do you know why women, they have menstruation? Why women, they have menstruation in Islam? Who knows? Who knows? As long as we are talking about this. Why women, they have menstruation? I will tell you why. According, brother, to Islam, brother, that Allah, when he created the women, He created them without menstruation. And then, brother, some women, brother, I think they are 72 women or 70. Some they say 700. They start going to party and they are mixing with men. So Allah, He punished them and He made them have menstruation. True story. Now, if you have my books, if you have Sex in Allah, you can read it with the reference. True story. Absolutely true story. All right, we have a caller. Hello?
Hi, CP. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can I ask a question other than the one in the title or the title?
Okay, what is the question?
Is it possible that maybe someday, whenever you have time,
Okay.
is it possible for you to make a video regarding the love jihad?
Regarding what?
Love jihad. You know that people in America and in Europe now, the immigrant, they are now deceiving the women over there to get married, but actually they try to have a Muslim family.
Love
It's a
jihad?
love jihad.
Love jihad. I did not hear about this. So they okay. So what they do? They marry a Muslim to bring them to Europe. You mean?
The Muslim immigrant, they marry American and European women,
Mm.
and then they force the women to be Islam,
Yeah.
and they force the children to have a Islam religion as well.
Okay. Well, you see, for me, I believe that such a thing, if it's happening, it's not the fault of the Muslims. It's the fault of the fool who involved in this. So if there is a woman, she is stupid, and she live in America, and then somebody he forced her to convert to Islam. In America, nobody can force you. So if she became a sex slave for him, that means she's stupid and she deserves what happened to her. In America, nobody can force anyone. I mean, if the husband he beat the wife, he will go to jail. As simple as that. One phone call, he will be in jail for a long time. So don't blame the Muslims for anything they do, especially in those cases. Blame the one.
No,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
I didn't blame the Muslim. Only maybe if you make a video.
Oh, you
it
mean
will
okay
give,
about that? Yeah, okay. I think I spoke about this
for the
many times
Christian.
before. Yeah, I spoke about this many times before, that for the sake of getting papers or coming to the country or converting, Muslims don't care. They marry anyone. You will see a guy, he is 23 years old and he's marrying 70 years old women, just because you want to get papers. Same time, as you said, maybe she will convert to Islam. So for him, like he is doing a holy jihad, and then after 6 months or a year or two, he divorced her, he got his papers, and he is bingo, But I mean, this is not really something new. Those women, they knew it. I have a woman, I remember, she used to be in radio station in England. She married a Muslim for 6 years, not a year or two, and she have children from him. And then she found out that he go to Jordan because he have another second wife. He say he's going vacation to visit his family, etc., his mom and his dad. And later she found out that he's married to another woman, and he was lying to her. And look, suddenly now she became anti-Islam. So for 6 years she was working in Islamic radio station promoting Islam. So here, who is the one really is hypocrite? The women. Because so for 6 years,
but maybe the woman doesn't know about the real how it
no problem,
Islam
no
is.
problem. But see, look at this. if she do not know about Islam, how she promote Islam? Secondly, if she knew about Islam, it is bad, and she promote Islam, and she decide later to expose Islam just because the husband he left her or she is divorced now. That means she's a trashy person, because you promote Islam for 6 years just because you have a man in the bed, he's a Muslim. And when he left you, you want to revenge from Islam by him leaving her. So which mean if the guy stay, she will stay promoting Islam for the coming 20 years. So there is a lot of there is a lot of people who they are I mean we don't want to do the same as the Muslim blame the Jews for anything happen. Muslims, they do jihad, and they do it in many ways. They marry women to convert them to Islam. They make the children become Muslims, etc. But at the end of the day, don't blame the Muslims. The Muslims, they practice what they are supposed to do. But those American women, why in the world an American woman who believe in a freedom, she accept to marry a guy who want to make her wear a burqa, wear hijab, and suddenly she became she's a person who pray. And not only that, she promote Islam, she make videos about Islam, and when the husband he leave her, suddenly the Islam is bad. That means she's a trashy too. You know what I mean?
I understand.
And many of them,
that's
and
the
many of
case
them,
for the American and the European, but not for the Asian, maybe, or
I don't know about
the
Asian.
other, continental.
I'm not talking about Asian. I'm talking generally speaking. There is many they do that, just for the sake of man in the bed. They change the religion. Doesn't matter. I used to have a neighbor in the front of me. I used to live in an apartment at that time. The first time I moved to that apartment, this woman, she's an American. She have a Sikh husband. She became Sikh. She wear clothes of Sikh, how they dress, and then she married a Hindu. She became Hindu. The first guy he left. I don't know if she's married them or they are just boyfriend. I have no idea. But I see her. Suddenly she became a Hindu because the new boyfriend is a Hindu. Then she married a Muslim. Then she became a Muslim. I did not see her for long. I did not see her for long. I went to visit somebody like my neighbor. After a few years, I went there. She opened the door. She is a Jew. The bent who is the man in the bed. So she is a Jew when the guy in the bed is a Jew. She is a Hindu when the guy is a Hindu. She is a Sikh. She's a Muslim. In Paltalk, we used to have two ladies. They use nicknames. I don't know what their real name. One, she called herself Spicy, something like this, and the other one I forgot really. Anyway, those women, they come to my chat room and they debate me supposedly, and then they convert to Christianity. Okay, Christians, welcome sister, etc. After 2 weeks, they go to Muslim rooms and they convert to Islam. The Muslim sister, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, sister, welcome, etc. She became, and then after a few weeks, they come back to my room and they became a Christians. Like, what the heck? So then they came to me. I said, listen, I don't care if you became a Christian or you want to be a Muslim. Get out, get lost. I use the word get lost because those women, they are seeking attention. They have mental illness.
So they deserve it.
They convert to religion, so everybody suddenly start welcoming them, praising them. Welcome, sister, we love you. Add me. Yeah, what is your Skype? So suddenly they became important. So they became a Christian because when the Muslims, they start forgetting about them, they are not giving them attention. So then they became Muslims back. So the Muslims, it's like they need attention. There's many people like this. And when a person need attention,
they have psychological problems.
Yeah, so they are not really seeking religion; they are seeking attention. They are desperate for something. And sometimes depression can be in need of love or a man who care for you. You feel you are left home alone, or maybe you feel that you didn't have a family. Like when you join different culture, you see, like we are Middle Eastern, we are family people, like the Italian mafia, like Tony, bring the pizza, invite the cousins, so like everybody come from everywhere, and now here we go, we have a party. It's not like Western families, like in England, family is not too much strong. So we have a culture, and that make many attracted to us, and especially Middle Eastern men. Middle Eastern men are very protective. If you go out with Middle Eastern man, he will not let you pay for your dinner. You know, not like an American guy say like 50-50, you know. We are equal, right? Hello. So you go to work, you have to work, right? A Middle Eastern man, no. You know, you stay home. I'm the one. So there's things Western women they like about Middle Eastern men. Middle Eastern men they spend money, they buy gifts. They are the same as like Italian people. So they see in the Middle Eastern man something they don't see in a Western man. As simple as that, and that what make them attractive. So for them, they don't care for religion. Those people already, they are not caring really for religion. This is why they are wanting to change their religion to have the man, because it's not the interest, it's not the religion the interest, it's the man. So in order to fight this, you have to educate people, you know, and not to fall into such a trap, and especially women, not to be weak and used by whoever, you know, use them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If we see that, it means that it come back again to the family, right? The teaching in the
Sure,
family.
the family start from when you are a child. You know, your mom, she is the first school. Your
Yes.
your mother is a first school. This is why it's very important to have an educated mother. This is why not everyone should. I should not go and get married, a man or a woman, but especially the women, unless I am ready to educate my children, so I can protect them.
Yes.
You know, because a child, the first words he learned from his mother, and then
That's true.
the
Mother tongue.
yeah, the learning process grow, and then he go to school. But in the beginning, the base, this is the concrete. When you are a kid, as an example, if you're a child, he go to the neighbor and he steal a fruit from their garden, and he come to you, Mom, look what I got. You ask him, where you get this from? Oh, from the neighbor. If you say to him, go and get more, you just created a thief.
Yeah.
Right? But if you say to him, shame on you, take it back there, he will never do it again. So most of the criminals, actually, they are criminals because they grow up in a wrong family, wrong mother, wrong daddy. So the wrong daddy, wrong mommy, they encourage them to do wrong. Like you are a child, you sit in a house where your dad, he beat your mom, and he said the F word to her, and she said the F word to him. So what do you think about the child? He will say the F word to both of them later. I mean, it's an F word family. So
yeah, because the first things to learn is from the family, right?
Exactly. And the first thing a child is an open page. Whatever you write there is going to stay there. You know. Actually, not only about a crime. You see, a successful husband is a person who grew up in a smart, intelligent atmosphere. Not necessarily just the family. You know, like, you know, some people, they are lucky. They have, like, let's say, they are gifted. Some people, they are not. So if you are not a person who have a gift of intelligence, you can observe and you can find out what is right for you, then you will be just a person who receive. He don't. You see, there's a can, a trash can where we put plastic, right? This is for recycle. But there's a machine who make the recycle. So there's a human being who is just like a can. You put inside him whatever. So if it's trash, it's going to be trash. It's going to stay there as trash. He will grow with the trash. Or a human being who is a recycle person, which means even he is able to take the trash and make something good of it. But most of people, they are not qualified to do such a thing. So the majority, they take the trash and they stay with the trash and they grow up with it. And then he grow up as a trashy person and he spends his life a trashy person. So he do what he learned from a trashy people to do.
You will have a children, the trashy persons as well, right? So it's just like a satanic circle.
Say again, I didn't understand one.
He's a trashy person. Whenever he has children, the children will mostly be the same as well. So it will be go around and around.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, sometimes even if your family are crazy, or let's say they have weird behavior, some they can switch. They have the recycle machine option. You know, they can change the bad into good. But usually Most of people, they cannot do that. So a child, he will observe the bad and he will grow with it and he will find it normal. So he practice it. Right?
Yeah, and maybe the reading, it will be helpful for people to learn.
Reading not only helpful. Reading is the way of education. You know, for me, if I don't read, I mean, where I'm bringing what I'm talking about. I mean, everything is something. We are not born with books in our head. We are not born with knowledge. Knowledge is something you grow, and you feed. You have to feed it. It's like a tree. You have to water it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
there
it's
is
true.
there is people, they should not even get married ever. You know, because you know, if you cannot take care of your children, then you are making a crime against your children.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you know, like you find a lot of people like this. I mean, they don't care. The woman, she wanna go sleep around, and then she have a child. She don't even maybe know the father, and then she spend her life going from man to man, and then she have many children, and she don't know even who is the father of this guy, and this is not a healthy family, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you see, a child is a child. The existence of a man is necessarily, and the existence of a mother is a necessity too. So if a man,
Yeah.
he is taking care of a child, there is something missing in the life of the child. If a woman alone taking care of the child, there is something missing in the life of the child. However, if a man is missing in the life of a woman, she still can take care of the child if she is intelligent and educated. But it's harder
Yes,
for the
that's
man.
true.
It's very hard for the man to do what the woman can do. You know?
So mother is just like a pillar of the house, right?
Mother is the most important person in the house. Let us say, you know, the husband is the security, is the economy, is the provider. The mother is the teacher, the warmer, because, you know, it's very important too that the child, he feel warm when he is a kid. Otherwise, when he grow up, he will stay immature. You know, you need to live your childhood as a child. Otherwise, you will act like a kid when you are old. This is why you will see somebody who did not have a good mother. Let us say his mother, she did not hug him. He did not live like a child. So he is 60 years old, but he wanna have a mommy, not a wife. You know. Yeah, and same for girls too. You know, she wanna marry a guy who is really old because she wanna have a daddy. She did not have a daddy. You know, she feel like she something was missing in her life, so she wanna have a daddy. So she marry a very old man. And then a person who is not living a stable life when he was a kid or young, then he will try to be young again when he is really old. That's why you see someone, she is 70 years old, suddenly she is wearing very short skirt, acting if she is 16, because simply when she was a teenage, her mom, she was maybe tough. She did not allow her to go out. She did not allow her to wear a short skirt. So now it's time for me to wear a short skirt in the wrong time, you know. So then they look awkward. So they dress like a teenage. They act like teenage, and they want to go
like
party.
Teenager.
Yeah. So when you miss something, I'm trying to say, when you miss something, and that thing is supposed to happen to you when you are in a certain age, that later is going to appear in you. You know, like a tree, like you know, if you wanna study a tree, the cycle of the tree. If you cut the tree, you can see when the tree was sick, when the tree was healthy, when the tree was when it was cold, when it was hot, because those cycles inside, or the circles inside the tree, is going to is the effect of life on them. Everything is written there, and the human being is the same. So whatever happened to you today is going to have an impact on you tomorrow, and I'm talking about you as a child. You know, this child, he will not be stable if you don't have a stable childhood. Most of people who commit crimes, especially like let us say a rapist. Rapist is usually, I believe, he is somebody is angry from women, and the first anger starts from his mother. You know, he's angry. He's angry from women, so he cannot, he don't see in women, or he enjoy torturing women or taking from them something violently, because one day when he was a
Okay, so
kid.
this is just like Muhammad then.
Well, everything have a reason. Absolutely, Muhammad he grew. If you go and read the history of Muhammad, all the women in the family they rejected him to the point they gave him to a woman to nurse him. Because not one of the family want to nurse him, but all of them they have kids, but nobody want to nurse him. So they rejected him and they sent him away to a woman to nurse him, but they were women, and that is telling you how much he was suffering as a child. This is why when he grew up,
Yeah.
he did what it should not be done. So he started humiliating women, controlling women, abusing women, making women equal to nothing because women abused him when he was a kid. Everything
Yeah.
go back. Yeah. Everything will appear one day. Life is the same as a mirror, it might not appear right away, but it's going to come. Like how the sound work, right? Sound wave. So you say a word and you don't hear it no more, but scientifically the word is still there. It go like an infinite, like endless. It's an energy. The energy is there. The word is there. So maybe one day they will create a machine can collect all the words people they spoke of in the past, because it is there. People they spoke them, we cannot hear them because our ear frequency cannot reach it no more. So we can reach certain limited ability. So like if we don't hear it, doesn't mean it's not there. Same as like an insect making a sound, but we cannot hear it because we don't have the frequency. Like dogs, they have a frequency, so which means they hear things we don't hear, right? So if you don't hear it, doesn't mean it's not there. And that exactly the same what happened to people. There's things affect their life. You don't see it now because you don't have the frequency to see it, the ability. But those things will appear in your life later when you grow up. And it doesn't matter how long you grow up. I mean, it can appear on you when you are 60, 70, It can be when you are
It's
30.
terrible when it's pure when we are old then.
Yeah, this is why when you associate with people, it's very important that you speak to the person deeply. I mean, like when you want to take a friend. So how you take a friend? Oh, what music you like? I mean, what does this have to do with the friendship? Okay, you wanna have a friend or just a person to talk to? So if you are trying to find a friend, you try to find the kind of a friend this person is, not the music they like. Who is he? How good he is? The quality. The quality is not about the music we listen to, not about a dish we eat. The quality is about how we think, decision we make, and how our respond to it. Somebody is asking question. Let me answer this question if you don't mind, please. I grew up with abusive father, but I never hit my wife, children because I don't want to live with bit miss I had experience. See, my friend, I told you. You remember I told you there's a person who collect the trash and he live with it, and there is a recycle machine person, right? So here we have a Gabrul. He is saying that he grew up with a father who was abusive, but he will never hit his wife. But that's mean exactly what I said. You are the kind of a person who observe the wrong and fix it. You recycle the trash and you make it good in your life. But not everyone will be like you, my friend. And that's what I said. Not everyone have such a skill and ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever this person found out what's wrong with their pastime, then he will be a good person because he will try to avoid the wrong things that happen in the pastime, right?
Yeah, but it can be the opposite. He copy his dad and he beat his wife. It can be the opposite. You know, it can be totally the opposite, that he grew up in a family where the dad, he beat his wife, and he like it. He think, okay, this is the right way. You know, yeah. So this is about individual and individual ability. But usually, a child, he copy what he see around him usually, and he practice it later.
Yeah.
You know, like if I say to my son, "Don't steal," but I am a thief. I don't. It's not going to work.
They will not believe you.
It's not going to work. You know.
Yeah.
So life is a chain of reflection and impact, and this is why actually, if you have problems, serious problems, wife and husband, they should not discuss it in front of the children's, even if you think they don't understand. They do, you know, and they will do it as they can understand, which means in their limit, and that can affect them badly. So if you have a problem with your husband, you should take a space where no kids can hear. You don't speak loud, and you keep it between you and your husband. And the problem should not go to the child. It can live with him. The child, he can imagine one day his dad was screaming at his mom, even if he did not beat her, and his mother, she's crying. He will remember that. You know, he will remember.
Yeah.
A child, he can remember a little tiny commercial he learned 20 years ago. Actually, I can recite for you a commercial I used to see in TV when I was 6, 7 years old. I can recite it right now, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, because this is what child is. A child is a person who empty. I mean, it's an empty book. The memory is fresh. Anything will come in front of him is going to stay in that memory. This is why you have to be very careful when you deal with your children. So if you have a problem, if you have a serious conversation, if you have a problem with your husband, if you wanna fight, okay, let the kids go somewhere. Ask your sister to come and take them. You know, when you have argument, don't do those things in front of your children.
It should be behind the closed door, right?
Sorry. Say again.
It should be behind the closed door.
It should be where no children can hear you. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are hurting the child for no reason, and he will not forget. Doesn't matter what happened.
Yeah.
You know, and children, they do what they learn. You know, if they see their parents, they was fighting, they will think that this is the way to solve problems. And you know, again, a human being are different, and you have to examine a person. There's many people, they look calm, nice, elegant, they dress nicely, but the second you make them angry, they are like a volcano and they are violent. You know, so you have.
So it means does it mean, CP? Does it mean that if you want to know the character of the real person, first you have to know how he is when he's getting angry?
Exactly. The best way to know a person, how he is to put him under difficulty, a pressure. You know. Difficulty and pressure will show you who is he, not when he is relaxed and he have a caviar next to him. Like, you know, if you notice when like you see a movie as an example, an airplane crash, and then people are in the survival mode, you will see people change. People are willing to kill to get some food. So human being, he turn from a human into an animal in a speed of a light, and that can happen everywhere. However, there's people, they don't change much when they are under pressure. Actually, they can be the opposite. They can be even nicer when they are under pressure, or they can go out of control, and they can even go to violence. So you have to be always careful. Examine the person, examine his mentality by testing the person. Not a husband and a woman, she want to marry a guy. They go to the coffee shop in Starbucks. What the music you like? What did you watch the movie? I mean, this is to it. And then when they get married, a real problem, they come and then they start fighting. And then the guy, he beat her, or even the woman, she can beat him. You know, there's women, they lose control and they are violent too. So you have to examine the person. And you know, my idea is that there's many people always deceived by the look. Today, actually, I was looking at the news. There's a guy, he looked very nice, very handsome, and I found that he raped 20 child. 20 child. He raped them.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah, he look handsome. He look really good. If you see him, you think this guy is an angel, you know. So uh, he raped 20 child. So don't judge people by their look. You have to examine the quality.
Yeah.
You know, actually,
Yeah.
most of people who have a let us say good impression, they use it for their benefit. Always is used for their benefit. If a girl, she want to apply for a job, if she is good looking, she got the job. If she is not, she is rejected. She have to try again and again and again. You know, wherever she go, just because that woman she is good looking, that woman she is not, then the people they judge by the look because they want to see something good. The guy he don't care. He wants secretary who have nice body. He's not really caring for the quality. Hire her. Yeah, she is the good one. The other woman, she is a good woman. She have good quality. She is loyal. She's truthful. No, we will not hire her. She is not good looking. So human being, mostly, he's abusive. He like to use others, and he judge by the appearance. And the one who do that, later he will be judged himself by his appearance, not by his equality. You know, and he will suffer. What
goes around comes around, CP, right?
Exactly. You know, you associate yourself in such a way, is going to come back to you.
Yeah.
Like and
thank you very much, CP. It's very interesting.
You're welcome. You know, and for sure, this is my opinion. It's not necessarily. I mean, it's people that have to. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, this is what I believe, and everyone have his own brain, should think and make a decision what is right for him or for her.
Yeah.
You know, God, He gave us a gift. Some of us we use it. Some of us we don't care for it. Some of us we look like we live like a rabbit. We keep moving our lips, but we say nothing. You know, rabbit, they keep moving their lips, but there's nothing there. They are not even talking. You know, so there's many human beings. They are the same. They talk, and then at the end of the day, what they say, nothing. Why they did nothing, and then
you know what, CP? Yeah. Sometimes your comparison, it's funny, but it's very true.
No, it's because I observe life around me. You know, I'm not coming from different galaxy. So yeah, this is what the rabbit do. He keep moving his lips, and you will see. You look around you, you will find people. Their interest is very silly, very stupid, and you wonder sometimes if you are really in the right place in the right time. But you know, this is not for everybody to think this way. Depending on the person. But this is how I see. Sometimes I see rabbits. All right. Anything else?
This is the first time I heard the comparison regarding the rats and human.
Well, I know. You have to avoid the rabbits. You know, you have to avoid the rabbits. You know, moving the lips, talking too much doesn't make a difference. It's what you say and what you do. All right?
Yeah, so true.
Anything else?
No, that's all. It's very interesting, and thank you so much for your explanation. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, you know, human being always, he go by his own definition for life. And, you know, everyone, he see life differently. Everyone he see, you know, actually, if you put an image in the front, like now, we have this video in the front of you of the ocean. If we ask each one of us, what do you like about this video? You will see each one of you, he will focus on something. Those who like sand, they will talk about the sand. Those who like the sun, they will talk about the sun. Those who like the sky, the colors, the cloud, those who talk about slow motion, every one of you will describe the same image differently. And this is mean that every individual is different. No individual is the same as other. So when you think that you have experience in life, or you think that, okay, that you are a female, you work, you have a business, you go to school, you met a lot of men during work, so you know about men. No, you know nothing. Same for women. or men, they don't know anything about women, because every woman is different, every man is different. So you need to learn about the individual, not about the gender. Because there's some women, they act like men, they forgot about their gender. And there's some men, they act like women, they forgot about their gender too. And there's some men, they don't belong to the men world. And there is some men, nobody knows what they want. So everyone is different. Everyone, his interest is different. Everyone, what make him angry is different. What make him happy is different. For God, he made us different. So when you want to find out what is good for you, you have to find out yourself. Don't think that because you okay, I met a man or two men or three, or maybe I'm educated now, so I know what men are about. You know nothing, because everyone is different. You will be totally surprised. Same for women. Life is a big school, and you have to learn from it. And if you are not learning, that's your fault. And the first lesson to learn about a human, that there's no human is the same as the other human. Nobody. There's things we all share, like, we sleep, we eat, we go to the bathroom, we get sick, we get happy, we get sad. Yeah, all of us, we share the same things. But what make us happy and sad, not necessarily the same. Some people, they rejoice for evil. They get happy when they see bad news on TV. They get excited. They love it. Some people, they love watching horror movie. And here, there's a big question about those things. I mean, why in the world a human being, he like to watch horror movie? Something interesting. So what do you like? You see, those things can take you, inspire you, or let's say, can make you go and drill inside yourself. Why in the world I will like violent movie? What is attraction? What is the attraction there for me? Maybe I'm peaceful outside, but I am violent inside. Why in the world I enjoy watching a movie? It's called horror. There's a guy is torturing women. The woman is screaming. He put nails in her hands. Then he bring the machine and he start cutting her apart. I mean, where is the joy in this? Still, there's people, they enjoy it. So you have to think carefully about the behavior of a person, even if that person is you. Why in the world you enjoy this? You find a different person, for seeing a good news, he cry. Have a good heart. Somebody is giving a ring for a woman in the park. He's just watching. He is not involved in the story. He cry or she cry. And that is a question too. What make you cry? So not necessarily is a good. It's a bad thing to. I'm saying, what the reflection appear in your behavior, what you like, what you enjoy, what make you happy, what make you cry. Same that issue can be helping you, or a way to help you to understand the person you want to marry from, you want to engage to, or even you want to work with, or even take as a friend. What make them happy, what make them angry, what is a joy for him, what is a sadness for him. This is how we should go deep. Otherwise, we learn nothing about people until it's too late. Right? Most of women, if we want to talk about this issue, maybe we should make, we talked about it before. Most of women, they marry men for their look. And most of men, they marry women for their look. As simple as that. It doesn't matter if you are a fool, if you are stupid, if you are silly, if you are trashy. Just you are good looking, that's it. No? And then they end in disaster, because the look later will be useful. Usual. You're used to it, so nothing new. Nothing new. I remember this is when I was a teenage. There is a girl. Uh, I remember a story. You know, like when you are a teenage, you remember really some stories. They stay with you forever. So this girl is really so beautiful, and I saw her first day and second day. The whole night. I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm going to talk to her. I can't even sleep. I want to talk to her. That's it. I mean, she is so beautiful. So second day, I'm preparing myself, like what I will say, what I should not say. You know, you are just a kid. And then I came and she was talking. And I start listening what she is saying. I felt so disgusted. And I said to myself, how fool I was. All night I'm thinking about talking to this woman. So the second she opened her mouth, she became like a frog for me. I mean, she is not saying words. Rocks is coming from her mouth. So I was under the influence of her beauty. She is extremely beautiful. But the second she opened her mouth, I wanna throw up. And this is how, you know, you should always be careful. Don't let the influence of a look, the influence of money, the influence of position, the influence of somebody is famous, like somebody, you know, people, they like a person who's famous. That's it, just because he's a famous. Even if he's a piece of trash. Just because he's a famous, you put his picture in your bedroom. Is that true? It's true. How many people they put the picture of Michael Jackson and all this, you know, many of them, they are pedophile, rapist, drug dealer, you know, I mean, they put their pictures just because they are famous. They worship famous people. But this famous even don't think about you. He don't know you. And if he see you, he will not even shake hands with you. But you worship them. So human beings have a weakness, and the weakness is he always look for an idol to worship. So a woman, she want to marry a man, she is not looking for a husband, she is looking for an idol. And the man, he is want to marry a woman or have a girlfriend, he is not looking for a wife, he is looking for an idol. He have a imaginary in his head, like, you know, she have to look like this, she have to have etc. And then same for the man, you know. So worshipping idols will make you nothing but pagan, as simple as that. And paganism is really stupid, you know. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Michael Jackson as a person. I'm talking about what people do. You know, you see women, they jump crazy because they saw somebody is famous. And the other day I saw a video of a YouTuber. He's just a YouTuber. He's not even like a superstar or something. Girls, they saw him, they start jumping. Hey, they went crazy. It's just a guy from YouTube. You know, crazy. Anyway, you have ever had a woman? Have you ever had a woman? Nobody can had a woman, my friend. The woman, she had you. How you can had a woman? You know, the funny is that even the terms and condition we use in the language is wrong. The question is, have a woman ever have you? Because if a woman she have you, that means she have your heart and you love her. If you have her, that means she is the one who loves you. You don't love her. So look what we even when we question, we think about ourselves. Did you have a woman? You know, but this is not how it should be. The women should have you and you have her, but the you should seek yourself to be have by her, which means she loves you. And at the same time, you should seek that you have her, which means you have her heart. You are talking about having a woman physically. Very, you know, I don't know, people, they think differently and they have their own way to see life. They talk about having a woman as having a property, or having a man as you have a horse. All right. Is Rob a Christian your son? No, I have no children. I have no wife. Rob a Christian is my son. Oh boy. Anyway, we talk about many things today, and the most important is that you as a human, to live as a human, humanity is to feel for others before you use them, which means you ask yourself, am I using them? You know, like I receive a donation from someone from Indonesia. So I told this person, why you are sending a donation? I know that people in Indonesia, they have a low income. You know? Otherwise, I mean, who in the world, why you want to be unhappy for receiving a donation? Everybody need money. Don't we? Everyone need money. So for me, I was thinking, okay, this person is from Indonesia. Indonesia is a poor country. I mean, how much those people they make there? So either I use their love and abuse it, or I feel for them and ask them, please, you don't need to donate. You don't have to. Maybe, I mean, you need the money more than me. I don't know the person. I mean, I do not know how much money they make, but you have to feel for the people. So if you are a person who always think about you having things, then you will meet mostly people who they like to have things from you too. You will never meet people who want to share things with you because they love you. So there's people who loves you, and because they loves you, they want to share things with you. And there's people they want to use you, and because they want to use you, they will take things from you. This is about taking, not sharing. Be a Muslim to get a Muslim wife. Why? What's wrong with the Christian women? Why only marry? Sorry, excuse me. It's very important to marry a believing woman or man, because if you don't marry a person who believes in your belief, you are destroying your house and your children's. So never, never do such a mistake. Do you often drink ginger with tea? I never drank ginger with tea. I don't. Why I cannot donate to you? I don't know what I'm not sure why. And you know, always think about a person, friend, family, your mother, your sister, your wife, your fiancé, whatever you know you have. Think about the people before you think about yourself, and that includes anything. Like if you want to say a joke, is this joke is good to be said or is going to hurt somebody? People usually they are selfish. You know, they say things. I mean, sometimes stupid stuff just to say it. They don't care. I mean, they want to laugh. They want to be rude. They want to bully people. You know, so you have to be smart, because that will come back to you. You bully them, somebody will bully you. You learned your lesson about getting a wife? No, my friend, nobody can teach you how to get a wife. You are the one who can teach yourself, because you are the only one can inspire inside yourself and find really what are you looking for. What I say to you is a general idea, but it is you who knows really what you are looking for. However, my advice is don't focus in the look. When I say that, doesn't mean, you know, women, I mean, if you don't like her look, don't marry her, for sure. And that's and the reason I say that, because it doesn't matter really how she look. What matter is how you see her, which mean if a woman she looks so pretty but you see her ugly, that means you will not have a good marriage. If a woman she don't look good but you see her so beautiful, you will have a good marriage. So you need to see what you are looking for. So don't go after what people say, go after what you think is good for you. Like you might meet a woman and your mom, she don't like her. I don't like her. I mean, your mother, she is not the one who will marry the women. It's you. Do you see her pretty? Do you see her beautiful? Do you see her good for you? So if you see her in such a way, she is the one you are looking for. But many people, sadly, they decide based on what people say because they are not mature enough. Maturity is very important, to make decision. It's like even doing shopping. When you do shopping, you will find somebody is willing to spend $1,000 for a purse. Okay, is that a sign of maturity? I don't think so. It's a sign that somebody controlling you. Somebody control you to the point you cannot control yourself and stop spending your expensive money, which you spend many hours to make, or maybe many days, and you put it in 2 minutes in the pocket of somebody. Right? Well, somebody asked me about speaker corner. I don't like speaker corners because in speaker corners people just talk, but there's no real debate. There's no reference. There's nothing. It's like a Aflaton corner, but none of them is educated, mostly. Christian women, they are undergoing extreme torture in Pakistan. They burn her, rape her, try to convert her to Islam, all type. What you can do? There's things is limited for us. Pakistan is a very run by evil regime, an evil government, an evil system, an evil religion. So what do you expect? I don't think anything you can do to her. There is a Christian organization of law. Maybe they can get her a refugee visa. Me, myself, I help a couple who left Islam from, I think both of them, they are Jordan or Palestine, something like this, Palestinian. They were applying for refugee in England and they refused them. So I contacted a Christian law firm, and they send a lawyer all the way to England. But this is England. So maybe you can contact some Christian organizations and they can get her papers, visa to come to maybe Australia, etc. Try to help her. If you know her information, you know what's happening, you can support it with evidence, news, etc. The Lord will provide. All right? All right. All right. Anything else? Well, those people, they are living in the cave time, and Islam make them live beyond the cave time. Very ugly cult. Extremely dangerous, extremely ugly. And there's people, they are unlucky, they are born in those countries. You are a Christian and born in, a person who is from Pakistan and he's a Muslim, he don't have a good life. So what about a person who is a Christian? Okay, I see many comment. I sent you a message, Christian Press. Yeah, you have to be careful. There are some people, they claim they have a name. It's not me. I did not receive your message. So you are texting the wrong person. Block that person. And be careful, by the way. Anyone, like there's some people, they are trying to clone my Skype. Don't take a file from me. Never take a file from me. Never. I will never send a file for you. I will not accept file from you. I will never ask you for a credit card. I will never ask you for private information. Never, ever, ever. Even if you are a person who texts me before in Skype. Because this is just a program, and maybe one day they can hack it. I have millions of people who hate me. All right? So never, never send a file, never take a file, never give information, never give your real name, never give a credit card number. Why I want to ask you for a credit card number? You know what I mean? Just be careful. I have a question about Christianity, because in Indonesia many churches say that after death we will go in the purgatory before entering heaven. Is that right? My friend, this is philosophy. It can be true, it can be not. But I mean, this is none of my business anyway. Why those Christians are worried about this? God will do what he will do. Can we tell God what he will do after death? No. You know what I mean? So there is some people, they waste their time in silly talk. I find it silly talk. At the end of the day, God, he is in control, and he will do what he will do, not what he say, she say, I say. Correct? So we believe in him, we believe in Judgment Day, we believe in the coming of Christ, and we believe in justice. So he will do what he will do. As simple as that. Don't waste your time with those debate. Those are debate made for people like rabbit, you know, talk, keep talking. They talk too much, they say nothing. Without mentioning the name of a church, my friend, we are not here to mention the name of a church. I'm talking about to you as a human. So be smart, be wise. Don't waste your time in argument, and the argument take you nowhere. When judgment day come, you will see. And that will not change anything. I mean, whatever it is going to be. So why you waste your time in it? But sometimes I find like people, they are empty, and they are trying to fill themselves with like talk. Like what we want to talk about? Let us talk about something. You know? My friend, I don't receive any message in Skype. Let us see. No, you are sending the wrong Christian Prince in Skype. I don't see anything. This is not me. I don't see anything. Maybe sometime, maybe if you have an old message from you, I don't see it because Skype don't appear again in the top. Maybe give me a ring to see if you are the person who sent me a message. Just give me a ring. I will not answer. Yeah, there is arguments. It's like philosophy argument. You know, everybody want to be a philosopher, and everybody want to come his own interpretation for things. But he or me, we are not the one who is in charge to make decision. And at the end of the day, if this will happen or not, that won't change anything. Did you vote for Trump? Absolutely. And I will vote for him again. What do you want me to vote for? People who want to kill babies? And look, you know, look at the hypocrisy. When the election come, suddenly all of them, they are Christians. Nancy Pelosi now is a Christian. She talk about praying. She talk about Christian discrimination. Who? Nancy Pelosi. Like Obama, before the election, suddenly he's holding the Bible in his hand and he became missionary. You study philosophy? I think philosophy is the last thing to study. Because after studying philosophy, you cannot learn philosophy. You have to be a philosopher by birth. It's a gift. Philosophy is not really to study. You can study the history of it, etc., but does not make you a philosopher. I believe actually studying philosophy is a waste of time. Because it simply is philosophy. It doesn't make you wise. You know, like to give an example, like you know those doctors who work with people who have mental illness. Most of them themselves, they have mental illness. Actually, I never met one of them who studied this branch. That, but he himself, he need a doctor. You know. All right. Anything else? So guys, did you enjoy this time, like in the weekend, to do this program like this? Did we have a good time? We talk about many things. There's many topics. In the same time, we take a break from the cult of Muhammad. I delete my videos. You know, I see there's most of the videos I make, I delete them. I delete my videos. That's why I ask people to download my videos. So if you care to have a video to watch it, download it. Otherwise, I will delete it myself. You are exactly 3 hours. Time doesn't count really. It's what we do in this time. Either we have a 3 hours of good education or talking, or we have a 3 hours of blah blah blah. Bruce Lee, he says, I study philosophy and now I am unemployed and watch CPTV too. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. You see, if you are seeking in employment, I don't think philosophy is the career, right? Well, in the Middle East does not have politics. The Middle East have rules of the jungle. The big fish, the small fish, everybody want to swallow. You know, they want to swallow each other. So Middle East is a place where there's no justice. It's about who is strong and who is weak. And if you are the weak, you are gone. There's no rules. Politics is a joke, you know. People, they switch their friends overnight. Arab in general, they have no loyalty to anything, you know. They killed even the grandsons of Muhammad and his family. They killed them, the Arab. They have no loyalty to anyone, you know. They are people who switch overnight. As simple as that. So this is why there's no politics in the Middle East. There is who is strong. When you get strong, everybody want to be your friend. When you are weak, you try to be a friend for somebody who is strong. So this is how the game works. If Saudi Arabia gets strong, then Jordan want to be friend to Saudi Arabia. If Saudi Arabia gets weak and Jordan gets strong, then Saudi Arabia want to be friend to Jordan. Which means that there is nothing there really. It's called politics. It is about balance of power. The reason Israel exists because there is a certain balance of power. If Israel became weak, they would eat it alive. like Erdogan, he speaks too much against Israel, but he is #1 country in the Middle East who have contracts with Israel. Security contract, intelligence contract, sharing information, which mean intelligence information, army contracts, flying contracts. I mean, you name it. Oil contracts, trade contracts, tourism contracts. I mean, this guy, his relationship with Israel is so strong. But when you go in the stage, Israel is an occupation. Israel. So this is what politics in the Middle East. The crowd like to hear something, I say it, but behind the scene, I do the opposite. That is a Middle Eastern style. Like the king of Saudi Arabia, he told the Palestinians, I support you and we will do what you want. In the same time, he sent his team to Israel and he says we support the peace process. But all is under the carpet. The Prince of Qatar, he support Al-Qaeda, he support the Mujahideen, he have a Jazeera who cross USA every day, but he have the biggest base of USA army in the Middle East. You know what I mean? It's crazy. This is why it's not politics. Those are Arab, Bedouin. Bedouin. Bedouin, they are people who shake hands with you and they have a knife in their back. That is the politics of Bedouin. When the Assad was strong, everybody is subdued. The Assad became weak, everybody is an enemy. Everybody want to put his knife in his chest. Same as Saddam Hussein. When Saddam Hussein was strong, Saddam Hussein, you are our brother. Saddam Hussein got weak, everybody want to stab him in the side. The American came, suddenly Saddam Hussein is the enemy and everybody take the side of the American. Those are the Arab. They understand one language. Power. Who is the strong? More churches in the West get closed, not in USA. In USA, churches are getting bigger to the point they are doing the service in the stadium. In USA, if your house close to a church, the price of the house will go down because every Saturday and Sunday, cars will be all over the street. So this is not the case. Was this the Middle Eastern culture? Or no, this is because of Islam. Islam, Islam. This the Arab, the Arab. When we say the Arab, we are talking about Islam. The Arab, they brought with them Islam, and Islam brought with them to be traitor. Okay, ask yourself: didn't the Muslims they say that the Caliphate they've been killed by Muslims? This is the beginning. I mean, those are the best of Muhammad time. This is Islam in the beginning. It's like saying, Peter, he wanna kill Paul, and Paul wanna kill. I mean, this is what they did. Uthman ibn Affan, the Caliphate, not only they killed him. Before they killed him, they took his beard hair one by one. They cut his head. They drag him in the ground. They play with it volleyball. They put his head in a stick. And then when they refuse to bury him, they throw him in the street. Then a bunch of guys, they took him secretly and they buried him between the Jews in the graveyard of the Jews. This is the Caliphate. The one who collected the Quran for them. This is what the Muslim did to the Caliphate. If this is what they do to each other, what they would do to you? Go to Syria. ISIS want to kill Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, they want to kill the Army of Islam. Army of Islam want to kill, I mean, they want to kill each other. They are killing each other. Well, this is Islam. This is why, I say Islam will never be anything. You see, Islam is a big word. Many people think Islam is one society or one religion. Islam is It's trash. It's like it says dust. Which Islam? Which one? Which one is the one we are talking about? Isn't it Saudi Arabia considered the Muslim Brotherhood terrorist? Emirat, Bahrain, Egypt, Syria, Iraq. Which Islam? So why those are Muslims are against Muslims? Because this is Islam. This is the nature of Islam. They torture. They are against each other. They are power seekers. They are not about religion. Okay, we have somebody saying, "Can you call?" Let us see the first one. Okay, let us see this person. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I just want to thank you for all your. But also, I want to ask: is it possible to do an episode explaining all the basics of Islam? Because I just only started watching you for 1 year, and it takes a lot of time to understand what is a tafsir and who is all the characters in the hadith and all that.
Okay. Well, when you say the basic, you mean like what Muslims believe, or you mean what do you mean exactly? Like the belief, or how what the Muslims they depend on?
Yeah, cause like I talk to some Muslims and then they'll say things like, oh, I listen to I only read stuff like from Abu Huraira, and I don't know what I know he's like one of the people who recite in the hadith, but I don't know like anything else.
Well, let us do this. Next time I go live on air, and the topic is about Islam, call me. I will make an exception because this will be helpful for everybody. Prepare your questions, or you can mention them in the text in the chat, and I will answer you. As an example, Abu Huraira, his name means the father of the cats because he liked to have cats around him. He was a person who was a person which is almost like a homeless. So he is a this kind of people who go with you because he will get free food.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Like there's a person he will go with you not because he like you, but because you can provide something for him. So he is a trashy person. He's not really a good person. So he go with Muhammad because wherever Muhammad he go, he get free food, free meal. People invite him. So
like cause a lot of people, like for example in Malaysia or wherever, they just know it as a name. We don't know what it means. Like like you said, father of something. We just take it as a name, and they just trust whatever the Imam says.
Yeah, well, when they say trustworthy, I laugh because what a trustworthy? None of them was there to witness that this has happened or did not happen, right? So this is funny talk, but it's clear that the Muslim they depend in certain people, and those people obviously they are not good quality. Let us see. I will try to find some reference, And if you have a person who wanna talk, who wanna talk to me from the Muslims, he can call me too. He can
And
call
get
me.
them to call you.
Yeah, they can call me.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually always I welcome Muslims to call me. But anyway, when the Muslim they say Abu Huraira, okay, who is Abu Huraira? Maybe even he doesn't exist. How they knew that he exists? Because somebody he said that from, but none of those from we saw them. And the hadith is a book written 300 years after, or about 300 years after Muhammad. So how we know that? How the guy who started writing the hadith, he knew that those people ever exist?
Okay, so like just basically question them.
No, I mean when they say that we learn hadith, we accept hadith from such a person. Okay, you accept him by
Yeah.
what? Well, do you know him? Did you see him? Have you ever met him? Who is this guy? Even you don't know his name. Abu Huraira is the father of the cats. How you can even accept such a name? Imagine I say to you, I want to learn about the Prophet from the father of the dogs. It is what is the word, but because they are naive, they do not know what the word means. Abu Huraira, the father of the cats. He have a cat. Cats, Huraira is a name of the cat, but you spoil it, like you say, dog, doggy. This is what Huraira is. So it's a spoiled name of a cat.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, so we accept the hadith from Abu Hurairah, the father of the cats. And who is this guy? What do you know about him?
Okay. All right. Okay. I just wanted to. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm actually quite surprised that you called back, so I'm a bit caught off guard. But yeah. I just wanted to ask if you could have an episode where you explain all the basics, like where to go to for I mean, I already listed down most of it. I already wrote down notes of most of it, but it'll be helpful, I think, if we have an episode to introduce to my other Christian friends,
No
because
problem.
they're wanting to reach out to Muslims, but they don't know where to start, and it would be nice to say, Tafsir is explaining Quran, and you can go look for it, blah blah blah, here and there and stuff like that. For Christians, but not for Muslims.
I understand. I will work on that. No problem. But the most important is, before you approach anyone, any religion, not only Muslims, it's not that by knowing those stuff you can approach Muslims. You have to know the negative, the positive, the wrong, the right, and you have to prepare yourself for a full conversation, not copy and paste.
Okay.
Like you cannot claim that you are a doctor because you learned that there is a medicine called antibiotic. That's not enough. You have to study and be a doctor. So it is a process. It is having enough information to go into dialogue, not jumping into dialogue and you are not ready.
Okay.
It's like you think you can swim because you bought a swimming suit.
All right.
Yeah, you have to learn how to swim. Not buying the swimming suit will make you ready to go.
Oh, but there's so much stuff to learn. How do we know when we're ready?
You have to have patience. Your knowledge will talk. Your knowledge will talk. As simple as that. Knowledge always.
You mean as I talk to the Muslim, then I'll know whether I'm prepared or not?
No, let us say you are listening to a Muslim talking about Islam or etc. In your brain, you try to answer it before you open your mouth, and ask yourself, is that really an answer, or this is just silly what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
So we going in debating people and you don't have knowledge can be a problem, because
Yeah.
you will lose. First you will say things which is not right, and they will use it against you.
Mm.
Yeah. Especially it's about religion. It's not about something, that's religion. You have to be ready before you open your mouth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll study more.
Listen, I have tons of videos. I mean, listen to them, read them. I have my, you're Indonesian, right? I have my book, Quran and Science in Depth, and translated to Indonesian. Read it. It's for free.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
All right, let's see. There's one person more want to call. Hello?
PP,
Yes.
it's pretty amazing to be speaking to you. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you if you could make some videos talking about the Islamic invasions of Africa and all the terrible things that Muslims did to African people, because it's very unknown. Whilst everyone talks about how Europeans conquered Africa and stole all the resources, no one talks about how the Muslims were doing that 1,400 years, more, at least 1,000 years before the Europeans came, and how it was very much Islamic, whereas when Europeans came, they were typically atheists. They didn't follow Christianity at all. But in Islam, it specifically teaches them to invade people's countries, just like they did, obviously, to your people as well, to the non-Muslim Arabs. So if you could make a video just talking about the racism in Islam, specifically as it relates to sub-Saharan Africans, but all of Africa, if you can, I mean, that would be great.
Sure. Well, first of all the slaves are bought by the Western, are bought from the Arab.
Yes, yes, that's true.
The one who controls
Yeah,
North Africa, all of it, this is the gate of the slavery. Libya,
Yes,
Algeria,
yes.
Morocco, Tunisia. So, but the liberals, because they hate Christianity, so they focus on the Western, and when they focus on the Western, they focus on Christians, Christians, not the
Yeah,
Western.
that's very true.
But the
Yes.
fact is, every single slave was captured and sold by the Muslims.
Yes, yes.
And there is something you can search for. It's called the Revolution of the Zinj.
Mm.
Let me see
That
if
was
I can
in
find.
Iraq.
That was in Iraq, exactly. So I spoke about it before. The Revolution of the Zinj, proving to us how ugly it was, the slavery, to the point that Zinj mean the black people,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah.
it is the N word in English. I don't want to say it. So
Yeah, thank you.
the Revolution of the Zinj, you can search it. Let me put it on the screen. The number
Thank you for that.
the number of black people became so big, so huge, to the point there is cities totally are black African slaves. There's no white people live there. No white people live there. And
Okay.
this is as you see it in the map. So, and then because they became a huge in number, they decide to make a revolution. They became like they can make an army. This is how big they are as number. And then you ask yourself, okay, as long as they have a lot of black people in Iraq, in Syria, slave, what happened to them? Where are they? They killed them all.
Yeah. Very good point.
Like, okay, the American, they brought slaves. The Western, they brought slaves. Okay, but now in America we have 10% black African American, and they are equal to us in citizenship, and we love them. So
True.
what happened to the black who've been brought as slaves by hundreds of thousands to the Middle East? Where'd they go?
Yeah, very good point.
What is the black people of Iraq? They are gone. They killed them all. They killed them all.
So what happened to did they lose the rebellion or the
They
revolution?
lose, for sure. They will lose. I mean, the majority are Arab. They are white people, and the black are minority. They are not from there. They are slaves brought there, and they killed them all. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't see them in those countries anymore.
No black people there.
At least not many. Very few of them.
No, there's no black people. You know, like I grew up in the Middle East. Where is the black people? You might find some dark color, like in Egypt, like in Noba, but those are not from the slaves. Those are from that area. You know, remember, Egypt is part of Africa anyway. I mean, so like they extended their borders because the British, they decide to make Egypt borders as we see it today. So those are not really from part from Egypt. So you might find like a black in Saudi Arabia. Those are slaves who they are not killed because they do not make a revolution. You know, asking for freedom. Yeah. But obviously, anyone can go and read and educate himself, and you will see that nobody did own slaves. You know, the caliphate, they used to have tens of thousands of just belly dancers in their palaces. You know.
Yeah.
Muhammad himself, he have a lot of slaves. He received women as gift and men as gifts.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right.
Yeah, I was also like just thinking about the fact that it's not only that the Muslims of the past did it, you know, the North African, they call them Arabs, but it's also the African Muslims now today, the black like people who are following Islam are still destroying Africa. And you see it in Nigeria where, you know, the Christians are being killed all the time. You see it just all over the African continent. Wherever there's Muslims, they're fighting just look for the countries in Africa that are at war, where there's civil wars, etc. And it's always the Muslims against the Christians.
Yeah, every week we hear about a massacre, like attacking a marketplace, a grocery store in Africa, slaughtering people. That is Islam. Nothing changed.
Yeah.
The only thing changed is the weapon.
Yeah, now they use their car bombs and stuff, whereas before they had to use swords. But it's the same thing. And it's quite sad because, you know, these people, sometimes the African Muslims, they have got this superiority thing, just like the rest of the Muslims, where they think that they are superior because they maybe have 1% Arab DNA or something, but they look like a black person to everybody else.
Islam is a religion of supremacists. You know, they think they are higher than the Quran says that. You know, the Quran says that the non-Muslims are najis, filthy, and Muslims are you know, they are clean. Yeah. All right. Well, my friend.
So thank you for that. And could I just say one other thing? If you could please make a video not only on the racism in Islam, especially to black people and just to Africans, and just the supremacy, like, you know, they even invaded the other Middle Easterners and did the worst things in the world to the Middle Easterners who were not Muslims, especially the Christian Middle Easterners. But if you could make a video as well on how we address this Sahih, Daif, Hassan, how we address the hadith when they're saying that, you know, they come with these stories and they just reject everything, even if it says Sahih, and they'll say, oh no, it's Daif. But even if it's Daif, but Shia and Sunni, they accept it. They're the ones that they don't accept, they'll call Maldu. So how do we address this nonsense when they hit us back with saying, oh, well, I don't accept that one because maybe there was this other guy and I don't like him because they'll say so and so and so and so, you know, in the narration, they dislike that guy because he spats at someone sometime or something. They'll come up with a funny story to justify the reason why they don't want to accept that hadith. So how do we address them when they're like coming with that nonsense to us?
That's very easy. First of all, there's somebody correcting me, says it is a massacre, not a massacre. Anyway, yeah. You see, the issue of Sahih and Da'if, actually, this is good, because the Muslim, they are saying to us that Islamic reference are not trustworthy. Because what is Sahih is Da'if for somebody, and what is Da'if is Sahih for somebody else. Which means Islam is a moody religion. So why you say to us that Islam is protected if the Hadith, which is the half of the religion or even more, is not protected? And now if we show you Sahih Hadith, do you accept it? If it's embarrassing, they will say no. So this is very easy to answer. Simply, it's for our benefit, because that's mean that Islam is not trustworthy as reference, and they have no base.
Okay, so meaning that they have no justification for believing in any of their hadith if they're going to say that one is
if you say in this book
that it's Sahih.
If you say in Sahih al-Bukhari there's one hadith is not trustworthy, it means the whole Bukhari is not trustworthy.
Because it means that Bukhari can't be trusted.
because that's it. It's called correct hadith. So if there's one thing is not correct, the name is gone.
And if Bukhari can't be trusted, then the rest of the narration collectors, they can't be trusted either.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to say we are elective and selective in what we accept, well, that gun goes for anything. That gun goes for the Quran too.
Yeah.
You know, and that can goes to like why it's accepted by you, rejected by him. Huh? Isn't it? This is Islamic book. Yeah. So anything is embarrassing. Right. Anything is embarrassing. They say it is da'if. And there is a video by Sheikh Yusuf. I think Sheikh what? I forgot his name. He said that da'if hadith is a da'if argument. You know?
Yeah, I think you posted that video once. It was Hamza Yusuf.
Hamza Yusuf, yeah. So da'if argument simply is stupid because the second you say da'if, it means accepted. It's not rejected. That's why it's called da'if. There's da'if.
And is
there's da'if and there's rejected, which means is not listed in the book anymore. That's it. The second you say is da'if, it have a rank.
Yeah, you're right.
And
so is there any way we can come back at the Shia with that when they begin claiming that it's da'if,
no,
it's
the
not
Shia,
accepted?
The Shia, they have the same as Sunni. They have Sahih Hadith books like Al-Kafi and etc. You know, they have the same as Al-Bukhari, but different names. But the Shia they play games the same as the Sunni. So let us say you have to live with it. You know, play the game they play. You know, you have to play their game. So tell them like, okay, so what book you accept, which hadith you accept, which hadith you refuse.
Yes.
So and then
okay.
But try always to make the Muslim as an example. There was a hadith about gays in the house of the Prophet. You know? And if I read the hadith, the Muslim, they will reject it. They will say you're a liar. That's not true. So I said, I said, okay, the Prophet, he's a very hateful for the gays, etc. And I'm waiting for a Muslim to quote that hadith for me, you know. So a Muslim, he's very well known. His name is he's a stupid. His name is a Wadi. He write articles in answering Islam, answering Christianity. Anyway, this guy he got excited. He took the microphone.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that website. It's so stupid, and it really annoys me that Google always brings it up. If you ever search anything, Google clearly is favoring the Mohammedans, and they'll bring them up at the first top of the site. You know?
Yeah, those guys. They asked the owner, the idiot who owned the website, who I smashed him easy, to take all the articles because they are full of mistakes. They themselves, the one who wrote the articles, they asked him to take it down because it's full of mistakes. Anyway. So this guy, he got excited. He said, Christian Prince, I'm going to get you busted. I said, well, how? You get me busted, man? You cannot. He said, okay, I will show you a hadith that the Prophet, he don't hate the gays. Okay, so show me. And I was saying to myself, please quote that hadith, you know. So he right away, he start reading the hadith. And when he arrived where it says that the gay was in the house of the Prophet, he hang up. You know? Because this is not what he want to quote for me, you know. But if I quote before he start, I said, okay, he start reading it. I said, is that the hadith number, etc.? He said, yes. I said, but this is da'if, isn't it? He said, no, this is sahih. This is sahih. You know. So if I say to him, if I say to him from the beginning, this is the sahih, he will say is da'if. You know.
Yeah, but because, especially with you, because they know that you know their religion better than anybody's ever known the religion. So.
The second they feel that I'm going to use it, they go in the defend mode. But now supposedly he is the one who chose it, he is the one who want to use it, and supposedly I am the one who trying to say no, it's not accepted. And said so. I said, but this is da'if, isn't it? He said, no, it's not da'if. Christian Prince, don't lie. It is sahih. It is sahih. I said, okay, sahih, guys, be my witness. It's sahih. Read it. Okay, read it to the end. Read it to the end. When he arrived to the end, he hung up. Yeah. This is how it works.
Yeah, especially there was a Shia guy who called you, and it was about the rooster. He calls you, he wants to challenge you a little bit, and I think it was on Christmas or something last year, or maybe Christmas 2 years ago. But he calls you up, and he's a Shia. He's talking, we Shia, etc., etc. And at first he says he accepts Al-Kafi. And then he changes his mind, and then because you showed him the hadith saying that there was a rooster general or something hilarious like that.
Yeah.
And he was a Muslim rooster.
Yeah.
And he was a general, and then the guy just simply made it up. He made up a book reference. He made up a couple of book references just lying.
Well,
Do you remember that?
well, I don't know. It's hard for me to remember. I mean, do you know how many Muslims I talked to in my life?
Yeah, yeah.
So for you might remember it. For
And
me,
the
it's
thing is, so many of them are dishonest. So it's like you've got all these dishonest Abduls in your mind.
99% are dishonest, because this is the only way to defend Islam. Yeah, the only way to defend Islam is to deny, to go in denial, and to accuse me to be a liar.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
best scenario, they accuse the scholars to be liars. And the scholar himself is a liar.
Yeah. So basically, in terms of the hadith, when they try to say that, oh, it's not sahih, and then I won't accept it, etc., or even maybe they'll say it's maudu, it's a fabricated hadith, and they have no references. All they have is just one sheikh has said this, that it's supposedly a maudu hadith. How do we combat that again? Do we just say, okay, well, your religion, everyone is uncertain. This guy's saying it's sahih, the other one is saying that it's maudu.
Let us do this. Why you want to focus in what they claim it is da'if? What about we focus in what they claim it is sahih? And that's it. The story is solved. So, if I say right now, the Prophet, he said that shaitan, he run and he start farting when he hear the adhan. Can a Muslim say this is weak? No, he cannot. Okay. So do you accept this one? It's very embarrassing. So, there's millions of things you can get them busted with what they call sahih already.
Yeah,
so
true.
They think they can save themselves by denying some stories, but there is stories enough to make Muhammad be the joker of the whole world, not only in a conversation. All right. Anyway, my friend, thank you very much for calling.
Yeah.
Anything else?
We have to try trap them just like you trap them and say, okay, do you accept Sunan Abu Dawood? And do you accept it first? And then when they say yes, then we can show them the hadith.
You don't debate a Muslim, you corner him. There's no debate.
Yeah, okay.
There is no debate. Because debate is between two people who they are honest. You say what you believe, I say what I believe. They don't do that. They practice taqiyya.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you so much, Christian Prince, for calling me. That was, I'm shocked and amazed, and I'm very appreciative that you called me. You're doing great work, and I see Muslims leaving Islam every day, many of them acknowledging that Jesus is God. So thank you for that.
Thank you,
and we all appreciate it. You're working so hard.
God bless you. Take care.
All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye. It's an honor for me to talk to all of you. I wish I can talk and more, but you get tired. And it's getting late here. And already we are here for how many hours? 4 hours? Yeah, I'm getting a little bit tired from sitting in the chair. So they try to deny, but we have enough proofs which they themselves accept to make Muhammad look like the joker of the town. I mean, look at this. This is a prophet of God. Shaitan, he fought when he heard that. And this is an insult to Allah. Because what kind of God he told Muhammad? I mean, where Muhammad, he learned this information from Allah. I mean, look at the level of the conversation between the God and his prophet. Tadadun, 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 tadadun. Assalamu alaikum. I am Allah. I am Muhammad. Okay, Allah. I have a question for you, Allah. What Shaitan he do when he hear the adhan, Allah? He fart. Really? Absolutely. The second you start saying Allahu Akbar, which is my name, he turn his ass and he fart. Thank you, Allah, for the information. That's amazing. So good to be true. I mean, this is God. This is a conversation between God and his prophet. And the conversation is about farting. So I'm going to go tomorrow to the United Nations and I will tell them about a very important article to study. A global warming by farting. Because obviously global warming happened because Shaitan, he fart. There's a billion Muslim. If every Muslim he says Allahu Akbar, then we have how many billion fart a day? 5 billion fart at least. So here you see the silly and the stupid conversation and the stupid equality. You see, everyone speak by his equality. Everyone speak by his equality. The Muslim, they say Christian Prince, he say vagina. I'm talking about your equality. Your prophet is the one who use it. I'm using it. Because my topic about the quality of Islam. So I have to go down to the level of your prophet. Fart, vagina, penis, testicles, breast testicles, suckling, suckle me. Huh? So because my topic is about a low class person, his name is Muhammad. Because of that, I have to get dirty. Which means you are making me dirty. I'm not the one. If I go and speak with people, I don't talk about vagina and penis. But my topic is your prophet topic. It's your prophet. This is his equality. And because of his equality, I've been forced to speak about such equality. So we are Christian. We don't talk about this. This is not our topic. But because here we go. This is your God. It's about fart, vagina, penis. Shake it, eat it, fart it, do it. Virgins, big boobs, small boobs. I mean, what is this? This is your religion. And then they complain for I am saying those words. When the God of when Muhammad, he said to the man who is proud about his inheritance, he said, if somebody is proud about his inheritance, tell him to go and bite the penis of your father. I mean, what kind of a prophet he says that? Go and bite the penis of your father? Garbage in, garbage out. I want to say thank you guys for being here. Honestly, I wish I can stay longer, but it's getting late and a little bit I'm getting tired. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate all those who called me, from the first caller to the last one, including the Muslim, because I feel sorry for him. We don't hate them. We pray for them and we feel sorry for them. They are victims of the stupidity of Islam. And I understand, I mean, anyone, he belongs to a religion, he would defend his religion. That's normal. But I want a Muslim to have an advice. Honesty is very important. If you defend your religion by lying to yourself, that is stupid of you. Because at the end of the day, you are just lying to yourself. If you think you are lying to me, you are a fool. No, you are lying to yourself. And lie will make you always weak and vulnerable for those who accuse you with your belief. Because you will feel guilty inside you, and sooner or later you yourself, you will leave Islam. So good luck with your lie. Lies will never help. And not only that, your lies can help us to make more Muslims leave Islam, because sooner or later we will show the reference and we will get you busted, and then they will know that you are just lying and they will leave Islam. And the funny, they accuse us with lying, when the fact, everything we say, we show it, we prove it, and they are the one. And that's why they don't dare to call me, actually, those who accuse me of lying. They have the proofs that I'm lying, but they will not call me because they are potatoes. Garbage in, garbage out. Thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you. Until we see you soon again. Christ is Lord. I will try to be live on air today, which is Sunday again, if I can. If I could not, maybe Monday. Until then, Christ is Lord, and everything else is false. Glory to his name. His name is powerful. He is holy. Everything about the Messiah, starting from his name, is amazing. And the Muslim themselves, they have to admit that they will not allow anyone to call himself the Messiah. Do you know that if a person he called himself the Messiah, they will kill him? Do you know why? Because there's only one Messiah. Anyone can call himself Muhammad, even Isa, but not the Messiah. That is the name of our Lord, the Messiah, the Christ. And the funny, if you ask them what the Messiah means, they have no idea. To the point, one of their scholars, he said that the reason he called the Messiah because he have a flat feet. This is how flat their brain is. The Messiah means flat feet. Flat brain cult. Stupidity. Stupidity cannot stand intelligence. Thank you, and see you soon. Bye-bye.